Alright guys, I'm here. Gonna be showing off my entire game collection today. We'll see how far we get anyways. This could take a while. So I'm gonna be cataloging it as well. My amazing girlfriend is going to be watching and cataloging everything. I have some of my music playing in the background just because if I have any other music I could get copyrighted. I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna start in a minute here. I got them all behind me. I'm not going to go in a particular order by system. I'm just going to go how I have them organized on my wall, like starting from that side of the wall all the way to this side. So, but they're organized by system alphabetically. So, in each system they're in alphabetical order here. I did have collectibles and plushies and stuff hanging around some of the games. I took that all down just to make it easier to, grab the games and get them out, get them ready to go. So. Got some coffee here left over. Hopefully you guys can see this stuff. I don't know. That's what I'm worried that my camera's not going to pick it up too well. I have my light on, my window open, and still it seems kind of dim in here, but well, we shall see how it goes. If I hold the games up to the camera, we should be good. Hopefully. So thanks for the support on the channel, everyone. And we'll get going in a second. Once Hey Jesse, that collection though, it's in the back there. It's not like the most amazing collection ever. I mean, people have much bigger collections, but I'm pretty grateful for what I got though, and always adding more. Like I said, this could change, tomorrow. I could add something in, who knows. So let me know if the mic's okay. Hopefully the music coming from the TV isn't too loud. It's down to 1, the volume, so that should be as low as I can get it. But, just a little music playing in the background. Alright, I do have a notepad here in case I want to take some notes myself. Alright, we're about 5 minutes in. I don't know how many people are going to come in and watch this, but I will post this on YouTube as well. So why don't we get going? Jesse, you ready? We can start marking them down. Hey, Jack, welcome in. Welcome in, Jack. Don't hear the music too good. Okay, good. I don't want the music powering. I just want it like kind of in the background, almost like that you can barely hear it. And I guess we will start with this stack here that I have over here off camera. We're going to do PC games. I have 2 PC games, and it's fitting that we start with this game because of, this epitomizes stuff that's in my collection. We have Candyland. So Candyland for the PC. So what you can do is just, start a new little list for every console. And the only other PC game I have is FIFA Road to World Cup 98. Yeah, FIFA Road to World Cup 98. Can you guys see that? I feel like it's too blurry or something. Let me see if it's a little more. I feel that's even worse. My goodness. So this camera is not great. So those 2 are the only PC games that I own. Guess I don't really play PC games. Those are from like an old computer, I think. Although Candyland I didn't own. I kind of bought this more recently because I found it in a thrift store. It was fine the first time. So let me get this. I played around with this a little bit before I started the stream. Just let me see. See, it looks a little too blurry there. Let me see. There, that's a little bit clearer. Whoops, upside down. There we go. That's a little clearer. I won't touch it now. We'll leave it there. I'll move the camera over. Okay. Alright, so those 2 are the PC games. Let's move on to 3DS now. 3DS, I guess, is the next little stack. I only have 3 3DS games. Alright, so the first one is one of my favorite, well actually probably my favorite Mario Kart game, and that's Mario Kart 7. for the 3DS. This game's so good. I mean, I'd have to put this as my favorite Mario Kart game. And I've played every Mario Kart, guys, so this is saying a lot. I just love this game. I'm going to take it with me to my overnight starting tomorrow night and play it. I always take it with me. Alright, next up for the 3DS is Super Mario 3D Land. Of course, an essential for when playing your 3DS. Super Mario 3D Land. There we go. What cataloging this is going to do, after she writes them all down, I might try and put them on my Twitch channel so you guys can see a list of all the games I do own, and I can update that as I get more games. And then if there's any games in there you guys want to see, you can just tell me. When we get to the Xbox One, you'll see a lot of games that I've already streamed. So, and the last and final 3DS game I have is Yoshi's New Island. Yoshi's New Island for the 3DS. Haven't beaten this game, but I've played a bunch of it. I love this game. Really good. So I don't play a lot of handhelds, guys. You know, I have a few that I like to play, and kind of leave it at that. I'm not really a big collector of handheld games. I play mostly the big consoles, but alright, 3DS is gone. Next system is Nintendo DS. So the regular DS now, which I have, what, just 5 games for? Thought I had more, but no, I guess not. Yeah, 5 DS games. Oh no, that's all right, Jack. No problem. Get some rest if you can. I just have to get rid of that that fake account right there. A bot. There we go. Bot is banned. That always happens, doesn't it? All right, so let's move on to DS. DS games, 5 of them. First one we have is Alice in Wonderland for the DS. Alice in Wonderland. What a cool looking game too. The art style is very, very neat. I found this in a thrift store in like literally new condition for like maybe $4 or $5 or something. Next one is Beastly. Yes, the Vanessa Hudgens movie, Beastly. I bought this as kind of novelty. I did beat it actually. It's just like a photo game where you kind of find the differences. There's nothing much to it, but there's that one. And Jesse, let me know if you need me to go back over anything for you to write down if I'm going too fast. Next one is a really cool game. It's called Drawn to Life. This is a game where you draw certain things in the game, kind of like Scribble Knots, and it's an RPG. So you draw your character, you draw a lot of items and stuff in the game, and they appear in the game, and it's really cool. So Drawn to Life for the DS. Really neat little game there. Alright, and next up, guys, we have a game I've only played a little bit of, and that's Teenage Zombies for the DS. Teenage Zombies. I saw this in the thrift store too, and I thought, oh, I gotta get that one. That looks cool. A zombie game. It is pretty neat. There's 3 different zombies, and they each have like their own abilities. It's a side scroller. So there's that. Teenage Zombies. Hey, what's up, Lavelle? Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And the last of the regular Nintendo DS games is a really neat game where you use the stylus to kind of flick your character around off these wires. It is Wire Away, and my brother got me this for Christmas one year. It's by Konami. Where is it? There it is, right there, Konami. And a really, really neat game. I don't think I ever beat it, but I did play a ton of this game. I used to like play it pretty frequently. So, Wire Away for the DS. So that ends the 3DS and the DS games. We've gotten the PC games out of the way as well. Let's move on to NES. So these are the regular Nintendo games. I have currently just 6 of them that I own. I played a lot more NES than the games I own, but these are the ones that I own personally. A lot of games growing up with my brothers they owned, and I kind of would play with them, or we kind of shared. So these are the ones that I own personally. For regular Nintendo, we have one of my favorites, Darkwing Duck. So let's get dangerous with Darkwing Duck. Yeah, great game by Capcom. Very much like a Mega Man game if you haven't played it. So good. Art style is great. It's just a fantastic game. It really is. I would love to play that again. It's been a long, long time. Yeah, Lavelle, showing off a lot of stuff here. I want to catalog all this as well and give you guys an update on what I have. It's fun to go through these. I might stream a game later tonight. This could take like several hours to get through though. Just because I want to make sure that she can write them all down. Next up for the NES is ice hockey. Just plain old ice hockey for the NES. I love this game. Man, I really, really love this game. It's so good. So good. I'm a big hockey fan, so it doesn't get more classic than that one. All right, next up we have hang on here. Games were a little bit out of order there. All right, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original Ninja Turtles game for NES. Just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This game is either a love or a hate kind of thing. I don't know how I really feel about it. I think it's kind of in between for me. There's things I like, things I don't like. But when it comes to Turtles games, not one of my favorites. And then we have Ninja Turtles 2. Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. So that's the second one that was released on NES. This is a great game. This is like a arcade beat 'em up. This was obviously an arcade game, and they ported it to NES with the worst graphics, but it's still a really, really good game. I'll always love the cover of this game with the four of them like skateboarding through the brick wall. So Ninja Turtles 2. This could take some time, says Lavelle. Yeah, it might. It might take a little bit of time. All right. Next up is probably my favorite NES game, and that is Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. So you can see there. I'm sorry, it is a little blurry. I don't really want to touch it too much anymore. But some of the games are going to be tough to see. Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. This is a great beat 'em up. It was only on Nintendo. It was never like an arcade game or anything. So this is a really special game. One I used to rent until I bought it. And oh my gosh, do I love this game. That's probably the NES game I want to play the most again when I get another Nintendo. I just love that game so much. Probably my second favorite Ninja Turtles game of all time. Yeah, this is going to go on YouTube, Lavelle. It is certainly going to go on YouTube. And the last NES game I have is Top Gun for NES. Tom Cruise's Top Gun. Again, it looks a little blurry. There we go. Top Gun. The camera's moving around too. There we go. So Top Gun for NES is the last NES game I got there. Good stuff for NES. Oh, that game's pretty terrible. I've actually never played it. I just bought that recently for a couple bucks. I know that Angry Video Game Nerd took that game on. So, alright, next up we will do regular Game Boy, old school Game Boy. Well, I guess this is a mix between Game Boy and Game Boy Color, more or less, but we'll just say Game Boy. So Game Boy, we have, let's start off with, these are again are in alphabetical order, so first Game Boy game I have, I'll take them out of the little cases, is Blades of Steel. Blades of Steel, which is a hockey game. Again, Jesse, if you need me to go over anything again, just let me know. If you need me to like repeat a title or something. That's a great hockey game. This was also on NES, I believe, but I have the Game Boy version. Really good. Similar to ice hockey, but a little different. It was just a classically good hockey game. Next up on Game Boy we have DuckTales. DuckTales, woohoo, alright. Of course we know this was a NES game as well. And I have played both versions of it. This is the one I remember playing most because, I've owned it on Game Boy, so DuckTales on Game Boy. Next up for the Game Boy is a classic, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. And it's just an amazing, of course we know this was remade recently for the Switch, but this is the version I remember, and it's the one, Link's Awakening for Game Boy. None of my Game Boys games are complete in box, but they all do have these little plastic cases on them. Next up for Game Boy we have Mega Man 3. Mega Man 3, gosh, this is so blurry. I know these are tough to see because they're small, but Mega Man 3. The moon theme plays in your head. Jack knows what I'm talking about with this Zelda game. There you go. One of my favorite games on Game Boy here, guys. Not really, but definitely the most interesting Game Boy game I own. I found this for a couple bucks in a GameStop or something one day. And it's In Sync Get to the Show. Yes, an In Sync game, like the pop group. And basically there's just a game of mini games. It's horrible, but I own it. And it's, yeah, if you guys have heard about that game, I'd be impressed. In Sync, Get to the Show. Make sure you get to the show in time. You don't want Justin Timberlake to be late now. Alright, and the last Game Boy game I have is a classic, it's Tetris. Tetris DX. No game collection's complete without some form of Tetris. I've played the crap out of this one, though. I mean, my mom used to play this, my brother used to play this. We all had, save files on this game and would play it for the Game Boy Color. So Tetris DX. Just basically classic Tetris, which you can't go wrong with. So that's the end of the Game Boy games, but we do have some more handhelds coming up here. So we've done DS, 3DS, PC, NES. These are kind of the smaller portions of my collection. And last for the handhelds, we'll go to Game Boy Advanced, guys. We got Game Boy Advanced now, which I have 6 games for, 2 of which are complete in the box. And the first one is, for Game Boy Advanced, American Idol. American Idol complete in box for Game Boy Advance. This game is so awfully awesome. It's bad, but so good. My brother and I used to play this as a joke, and we had so much fun with it. Oh my gosh. American Idol for Game Boy Advanced. Whew. Who else owns that game? Next up for the Game Boy Advanced is Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. These are going to be really hard to see, these small little carts, because I don't have the box or anything for this. So that's Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge, which was made after Banjo-Tooie, I believe. Actually, a really good game. It's surprisingly really good for a Banjo-Kazooie handheld. I thought they did pretty well with it. It's pretty hard, though. Next up for the Game Boy Advanced is a complete in-box game again, and that's Lizzie McGuire on the go. Yeah, I know. American Idol and Lizzie McGuire. In Sync, Get to the Show. Grunty's Revenge. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. And Lizzie McGuire on the go. There's 3 Lizzie McGuire games on Game Boy Advance. This is the first one, so it's essentially Lizzie McGuire 1. Honestly, the game's not that bad. It's like mini games. And there's one mode where you have to collect all the things in the level. I like Lizzie McGuire, so I had to get this game. Next up is another Lizzie McGuire game. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, anytime you need me to repeat something, I will. I don't have Lizzie McGuire 2, but I have Lizzie McGuire 3. This is Lizzie McGuire 3, Homecoming Havoc. This was given to me by my friend Nick, who kind of sneakily put it into my Game Boy Advanced one day. Didn't tell me. And he's like, there it is, that's yours. I was like, oh my gosh, because he knew I'm a Lizzie McGuire fan. So there's Lizzie McGuire 3. I still got to get the second one, so I have 1 and 3. MVP Nick, yeah, definitely. And like I said, surprisingly, it's a pretty fun game. A bunch of little mini games that you play. Kind of like WarioWare or something. One of those Wario games. Alright, next up for the Game Boy Advance is Mario Kart Super Circuit. So the Mario Kart that was released on this. This is quite similar to the Mario Kart that's on Super Nintendo, Super Mario Kart. So a really good game. But like I said, not as good as Mario Kart 7. So Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. And then the last Game Boy Advance game I own is great. Scooby-Doo 2. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Quite fantastic. Pretty fun game. I don't think I ever beat it, though. But there it is. You gotta have Scooby-Doo in there. I love Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo 2, where are you? There it is. Alright, so we've done all the handhelds are out of the way. We've done some NES. Let's move on to Super Nintendo, guys. Super Nintendo, a lot of people's favorite system of all time. Let me have a little bit of coffee here. You watched the movie, haven't played the game. Scooby-Doo? Yeah, I love those live-action Scooby-Doo movies. Alright. Okay, let's move on to Super Nintendo. Whew. Now, this is a system. Really good stuff. I own some odd games from Super Nintendo. Like, personally, I've played a lot more, again, than I own. But these are just the ones I personally own. So let's start off with Buster Busts Loose on the Super Nintendo. This is an interesting game, pretty fun. I used to play this a lot when I was a little kid. Tiny Toons, you know, Buster Bunny. So it's Buster Busts Loose for the Super Nintendo. Next up, we have a great fighter, and that's C2 Judgment Clay, as you can see there. Whoop. C2 Judgment Clay. So this is Clay Fighter 2. I love the Clay Fighter games. I've played them all. I especially love the one that's on N64 the most. But I wish they would make another one of these. C2 Judgment Clay. What a great game. Those Clay Fighter games. Alright, next up we have a really good arcade basketball game. College Slam. This game is amazing. It's basically NBA Jam, but for college. And it has all the schools in it, basically, you could possibly dream of. And you can create players. There's also power-ups. So there's like, it's better than NBA Jam. I think it's better than NBA Jam. I think it's better than NBA Jam will ever be. College Slam is so good. I believe this was released on Sega Genesis as well, but I always played the Super Nintendo version, not growing up with the Genesis. So yeah, as you say, some pretty odd games here. This is a really odd one next for Super Nintendo. I guarantee you, like, none of you have heard of this one. It's called Hurricanes. Hurricanes for Super Nintendo. Now, you look at that, you see soccer balls, you're like, oh, it's a soccer game. You're already on a new page. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, there's probably going to be a whole book of games here. Hurricanes is not a soccer game. It's a side-scrolling platformer where you can control different players of a soccer team that get stranded in these different levels, like the desert and stuff. And your weapon is the soccer ball. You have to use to kick it to manipulate different things in the level. It's pretty neat, pretty inventive. It's really hard. I used to play this a lot, and I'd like to go back to it someday and just see what it's like now. Hurricanes. Really odd Super Nintendo game that not a lot of people probably have heard about. Of course, I'm into soccer, so I thought it was going to be really cool, and it was interesting. Next up, we have a really cool beat-em-up Marvel one called Maximum Carnage, and you see that's really cool. It's got a red cartridge. You got Carnage on the front there. So Maximum Carnage is a side-scrolling beat-em-up in the Spider-Man universe. Oh, really? Oh, so I can add it every time I get a new game. Oh, that's smart, Jesse. That's smart, Jesse. Thank you. That one looks cool. Yeah, this is a cool game, Maximum Carnage. This was actually my brother's. He didn't want it anymore. He was getting rid of some games. He said, if you want to keep any. So I obviously jumped on this one. I was like, yeah, Maximum Carnage. All right, next up we have Complete in the Box with the booklet. I think the booklet's in here. Oh, wait, never mind. No, it's not complete. No booklet for some reason, but I have the box. And that's Mega Man Soccer. Mega Man Soccer. Now, this game gets a bad rap, but I love this game. This is one of the first video games I remember falling in love with, actually. I do like Mega Man. I did play some of the Mega Man games. And when this came out, it was kind of interesting. You know, I was so little. And I thought, ooh, a soccer game from Mega Man. I'll play it. And it's awesome. I think it's really good. People that are probably fans of Mega Man don't understand it. But if you actually play the game for what it is, there's a lot there. You know, you have to beat each boss to unlock them, and they each have certain powers, different kind of shots that you need to beat different teams. The music's great. I really love it. I think it's great. I used to play that one all the time. All right, next up for Super Nintendo, we've got NFL Quarterback Club 96. NFL Quarterback Club 96. Now, actually, that's out of order. Sorry. Before that should be NBA Jam. So we have NBA Jam I had them out of alphabetical order for some reason. NBA Jam, and then NFL Quarterback Club 96. So I do have NBA Jam, the original one. NFL Quarterback Club 96 is a really good football game. I remember playing this one a lot. Again, when I was a little kid. I do love sports games, guys. I've played a ton of them in my lifetime, and I always will. That one's got Steve Young on the cover. So NBA Jam, then NFL Quarterback Club 96. Make sure everything else is in order here. Okay. Next up, we have an excellent hockey game that I used to play a lot as well, and that's Stanley Cup. Just straight up Stanley Cup. Interesting game. It's got real teams in it, but no real players. It just has the numbers, so it's just, the teams and then the players. I do have the booklet with this too, but not the box. But there's Stanley Cup. Next up, we have an interesting arcade football game, Super High Impact. This is like WWE meets NFL. It's quite the game. A game I used to play quite a bit of when I was a kid too, for some reason. I don't even know how to explain this game. It's like Macho Man Randy Savage doing like the commentary pretty much. I don't even know what to say about it. You have to see it to believe it, really. Heavy hits, Super High Impact. Would love to play that one again. Alright, next up for the Super Nintendo, we've got a great Star Wars game. Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Side-scrolling action. So good, but really hard. Used to play this one a lot too. Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. If you want some good Star Wars action, look no further than that one. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. I believe Chewie's in it. Alright, 2 more Super Nintendo games, and they're good ones. Next up we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. This is a Turtles fighting game. It was released on the Sega Genesis as well, but this is the premier version. Do not play the Sega Genesis version. It is not the same game, really. There's a lot less to it. The graphics are horrible compared to the Super Nintendo version. Gameplay is not as good. This is the version you want to get, and this is such a good game. One of my favorite fighters probably ever is this game. It's excellent. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Good roster in the game. Man, I really want to stream that one someday. Love that one. Next up, one of my favorite video games of all time. A lot of you probably already know this by now. I'm looking at you, Sean Turk. And that is Turtles in Time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time. Oh boy. The amount of hours I've put into this game, the amount of times I've beaten this game. My friend and I used to beat this game after school all the time. This is an arcade port, but this is better than the arcade. I think that this version's better than the one that you get in the arcade. There's more levels, more enemies, or more bosses, I should say. Better bosses as well. Gameplay is just as good, so the graphics are amazing. Turtles in Time, just the best beat 'em up ever made. You're not going to top this. Everybody that's played this game loves this game because it's hard not to. So good. Turtles in Time. One of my top 5 probably favorite games of all time. Right there. Alright, Super Nintendo. That was Super Nintendo. I know not a lot like the big heavy hitters. You don't see, the Final Fantasies. You don't see Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World. It's not like I haven't played, Mario Kart or Mario World. I just don't own them personally. One day I would like to. But that's what I have from my collection. Alright, next up we will move to the OG Xbox, guys. Original Xbox. Now this is where the collections are going to get a little bit bigger here. And Jesse, if you need to take a break at any time, just let me know and I can go on break too. We'll see how far. Maybe we don't have to do the whole collection right now. We can do another stream, but we'll see. We're moving along pretty good already. So let's get to the original Xbox games. System I like, but I'd say I like the other Xbox systems more. You're okay. All right, just making sure. Turtles in Time. Yes, Turtles in Time. Is it indeed? What a game. What a game. Okay, let's Move on to OG Xbox. So this is just straight up Xbox. No Xbox 360, no Xbox One. This is just straight up Xbox, the original Xbox. Alright, so first up for that we have a game called Azuric. Azuric. This is a only on Xbox title. A very interesting game, kind of like a adventure slash RPG game. Never beat it, but I'm quite happy to own it. A game I saw in the stores, probably EB Games a long time ago. Picked up when I was a kid, and didn't really know much about it. I'd like to stream this. I think this works on either the 360 or the Xbox One, so we could stream that at some point. Azuric. Next up for Xbox, we have a game I haven't played yet, but I found it for $2 in a game shop this past year, and that's another original Xbox title, only on Xbox, and that's Bloodwake. So we got Bloodwake right there. I don't even know. This looks like a boat combat game. That's what it looks like to me. But that only on Xbox sticker was intriguing for only $2. You know, got to pick that up. Next up, we have a very fun fighter, Celebrity Deathmatch. If you guys remember this show from MTV, they made a game out of it, and it's fun. Graphics are great. You got characters like Mr. T, Marilyn Manson, NSYNC, Dennis Rodman, Tommy Lee, and Nicole Smith. So, you know, it's Celebrity Deathmatch in a game. Pretty neat little novelty to have. And surprisingly, a pretty fun game. It really captures the feel of Celebrity Deathmatch. It's like you're playing an episode. So that's a good one. Next up, we have a game. This I found in the thrift store, and this is Conflict Desert Storm. Conflict Desert Storm. Looks like one of those war games. No, actually, I haven't played this one yet, but I figured I'd give it a go because I'd never heard of it. Conflict Desert Storm. Oh, the next one. A lot of you are going to be pretty familiar with this one on the channel. That is Dark Angel, the dreaded Dark Angel. I wanted this game and I found it in a thrift store, and boy, it's just so hard and it's so janky. It's one of the worst games I've ever played. It's just the controls are bad. It's unforgivingly hard, and the checkpoints are ridiculous. The one thing that's cool about it is it does have Jessica Alba's likeness and her voice acting in it, so I guess that's cool. So if you're a fan of the show, you know, there's your Dark Angel right there, but have fun trying to beat the game. Just the mechanics don't work that well in the game. They almost tried to make it too ambitious with the fighting combat. Dark Angel. Next we have Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. And I just got this game from a thrift store, so I haven't played it yet. I do like the Tony Hawk games. This is like a Tony Hawk game for BMX, I believe. I think it even has a track creator, if I'm not mistaken. So Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2 for the original Xbox. I believe this works on the Xbox One. Should. Next up we have a classic fighter, and that's Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 1. The Ultimate Edition. Dead or Alive. I found this in a thrift store for $1 in great condition. Kind of interesting version of it, because there's like no art on the back. I mean, there's no screenshots or anything on the back. It's just more art. So, but the game is there. I've played it. I had a little fun with that one. Dead or Alive. Next up we have Doom 3 for the original Xbox. Doom 3. You gotta love Doom. So we got that one there for the original Xbox. Doom 3. And next up we have one of my favorite, probably my favorite street game, and that's FIFA Street 2. This is a great soccer game. Gotta love FIFA Street 2. Back when EA was doing good with the street games, and now they're just kind of ignoring them. But there's a, you know, that's back in the heart of the popularity of the street titles. So FIFA Street 2. We got more OG Xbox to go. Plenty more. Next up we have Finding Nemo for original Xbox. Finding Nemo, good old Disney game. I have not played this yet. I did find it in a thrift store, and we'll get around to it one day. As you know, you guys, I like to play the games I own. I don't just collect them for the heck of it. I have a purpose to having them. Finding Nemo. Next up we have Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. This is a fantastic game in the same series as like Gauntlet Legends and all that. A dungeon crawler multiplayer game. So good. I used to play this one a lot with one of my brothers. Haven't played it in a long time though. Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. Next up we have another classic one for the... you can't really have an OG Xbox without having a copy of Halo. So I recently played this, well last year I played this on the channel. For the first time ever I played it and I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite Halo game, but it was nice to go back and play a game like that I haven't played yet. So Halo. I'm actually going to take off my jacket, guys. It's getting kind of warm in here. It's getting really warm. My window's closed too because we had these bees like flying around outside my window yesterday. A whole nest of them got disturbed somehow and they were all over the place. I don't want any to get inside. But I might open my window a little bit later. So Halo, and then we have Halo 2 as well. This is the only Halo game in the main series that I haven't played yet. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out at some point and going through that one. Halo 2. Alright, next up we have one that I really wish I could play. It doesn't work on 360 or Xbox One, and my original Xbox does not work anymore. I really want to play this game though, so one day when I get an OG Xbox working again, and that's The Haunted Mansion. Disney's The Haunted Mansion. Now it's not about the movie with Eddie Murphy, it's actually just about the attraction of The Haunted Mansion, so it's really cool. I found a good price on this in a thrift store, jumped on it, and I just wish I could play it. It's in really good condition. Could be really fun. Something I'd love to play during like Zeroing. But again, who knows when I'll be able to play that. Next up we have one that we will play on the channel at some point. That's Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. The third in the Hunter series. So we got Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. Hey, what's up, Dev? How you doing? Nice collection, he says. Thank you so much. Showing you guys what we got here. Jesse's writing them all down or typing them up. Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. I love the Hunter series. I've beaten the first two on the channel so far. We will go through this one. What happened to the OG Xbox? It got the red light on there and it does not work anymore. I've tried to fix it, but it's dead. It is dead. So I either need to get a new OG Xbox or fix the one I have. It's probably cheaper to just get a new one that I know will work. I still got my controllers, a memory card, and all my games, but luckily most of my OG Xbox games work on either the 360 or the Xbox One. There's just a couple that don't work on those that aren't backwards compatible, so I'd only be able to play them on the original Xbox. Alright, next up we have Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I got this game for $2. Never played it, but it's Lord of the Rings. I'm willing to give it a go. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. F for respect. Respect. Respect to the OG. Hey, Harry Mason. Good to see you again. How you doing? What's wrong with the original Xbox, he says. It basically just says there's an issue whenever I turn it on. A box comes up. It doesn't even go to like the main menu. It doesn't read any of my games. And it says you need to call for support. So it has like a red ring that flashes, like the red ring of death, I guess, for original Xbox. So I really don't know how to fix that. I've looked up and there doesn't seem to be a cure for it. So I think it's dead. I think it's dead for good. Next up for OG Xbox, a game I have been playing, but I kind of gave up on because it's really hard, but maybe we'll go back to it. Another Lord of the Rings game. We got Lord of the Rings, The Third Age RPG. I did really like this game in the beginning, but as it went along, it just got too repetitive, really hard, but I don't know. I don't like the tactics of like how the enemies fight you and me having to do the same things over and over again, so. Still turn it to an emulation machine? Oh, maybe I could. I mean, maybe I'll trade it in for parts or something and just buy a new one. Alright, more to go here on the original Xbox. Next up, we have an insanely good fighter. And I believe the Dreamcast version is the premier one, but I have it on Xbox, and that's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is a very sought-after game, we know. The best in the series, without a doubt, in my mind, is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is one I could actually stream at some point, because I think it works on the 360. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, gotta love that one. Beautiful looking game. Runs so smooth. Great roster. You have the DC version? The DC fighting game? Oh, the Dreamcast version. What am I thinking? Okay, yeah, the Dreamcast version is the premier version for sure. That's the one. If you're gonna get Marvel vs. Capcom 2, get it for Dreamcast if you can. Some games just don't work in an RPG style game, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they did well with that Lord of the Rings game. I don't want to hate on it. Maybe I'm just not that good at it. I mean, it is a good game. I can't like sit here and say, oh, it's a bad game. I'm just not that good at it, and I'm just taking a break from it. So next up, we have a only on Xbox title again. This is Murakumo. Murakumo. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I found this in a thrift store too for a couple bucks. Never heard of it. Looks like a mech assault game. Could be really fun. I've yet to try it out. It's an only on Xbox title. So Jesse, there's Murakumo by Ubisoft. Next up, we have a game I put a ton of hours into. I mean, my goodness, do I have memories playing this game. This is a nostalgic one for me. And that's Music Generator 3. Music Generator 3. This game was amazing at the time. Obviously, being a musician, this was kind of the first real music program I ever used, was this one. I kind of dipped into this one and was like, wow, like you could do, I mean, looking back on it now, it's very basic and you can't really do much with it compared to like the program I use on my PC. And it's only for the Xbox. So I was like, but I used to like compose songs on there with my friends. We would sit and have fun. You can like remix songs by like Snoop Dogg and Sean Paul and stuff like that. So, but I put a ton of hours into that, and I have to say, it really helped me learn how to use music programs better just by playing that one. Music Generator 3. Next up, we got college basketball game, and that's NCAA March Madness 2004 with Carmelo Anthony on the cover, who's still playing. Goodness me. NCAA March Madness 2004. I like college sports games. I don't think I've ever played this one, though. This is another one I found in a thrift store for cheap and jumped on it. NCAA March Madness 2004. Next up, we have a game I've talked about on the channel. A game I found for $1 in great condition. And that's Playboy the Mansion for Xbox. This game is so good. I would love to stream it. I'm just kind of scared that I might get like blocked or something on Twitch for streaming this. Although it's not in their list of restricted games, so technically I guess I could. Even though there's nudity and some sexual content in it. But it's basically The Sims for grown-ups. You basically control your own Playboy empire, try and make issues, make relationships and stuff. It's actually really, really fun. I enjoy it when I played it. There's a lot to it. So Playboy the Mansion. There's Deb's favorite game. Next up we have Quidditch World Cup. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. I put this under Q for Quidditch World Cup. So pretty fun game. You know, it's the only Quidditch game that I think was ever made. It's also on the Dreamcast, maybe even on the PS2. I'm not sure, but the Xbox version. I found this for $1 in a store years ago. So Quidditch World Cup. Next up we have similar to like an NFL Blitz or something, and that's the soccer version of it, or NHL Hits. It was Red Card 2003, a soccer game, arcade style, where you can punch players and get away with it. And it's where you kind of like hard tackle them, I guess. It's got real players, real international teams, so it's really fun. Arcade style game you can play with your buddies. Got Ryan McBride on the cover. Red Card 2003. I think I got that one off eBay or Amazon. Next up we have one that Harry Mason will certainly appreciate. And that's Silent Hill 4 The Room. As you can see, new release. I got this when it first came out. It was $40, so back when games were cheaper. Silent Hill 4 The Room. I actually haven't beaten this game. I've gotten far in it, but I've never beaten it. I did get stuck in it at one point, and I kind of like gave up on it, but I'd like to go through it. Some people call this the creepiest Silent Hill game that there is, and I can see why. Very interesting game. Silent Hill 4 The Room. Love the Silent Hill series that I've played. Next up, we have a game we've played on the channel. That's Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So, you might say, oh, movie game, it's going to suck. This game's surprisingly pretty good. It's like kind of like a beat 'em up, basically, with some leveling up, minor leveling up. I was quite impressed with it. The graphics are good. The gameplay's good enough. So Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. For all you Hayden Christensen fans out there. All right, a couple more here on the original Xbox. Next up we have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So there's another Star Wars game. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. RPG. A lot of you already know about this game. I've played some of this on the channel. I did take a break from it and never went back to it, so maybe we will. I like this game. I'm just not a huge fan of the battle system because it's kind of a hybrid between like real time and turn-based, and it just does not work. It's a bit of a mess. But everything else in the game is pretty cool. The expansive world, the characters, the feel of Star Wars is there. It's a very in-depth game, so I'm just not a big fan of the battle system. Next up we have Tony Hawk's American Wasteland for the original Xbox. I love my skateboarding games. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. And again, Jesse, let me know if I ever go too fast or anything. Next up we have another only on Xbox title, and that's Transworld Snowboarding. Transworld Snowboarding by Atari. I haven't played this one. I do like snowboarding games. I almost forgot I had this game. Got like this guy. Look at this guy on the cover. He's like, yeah. And they got like this freaking like bunny on the other side, like running away. There's like helicopters coming out. They make it look like it's some action game. It's probably like so basic. Transworld Snowboarding. I found this one in a thrift store as well for $1 or $2. Complete in its box. Next up, we have two games that are dear to my heart. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Pro Evolution Soccer series, and these are the two games that got me into the series. First up, Winning 11-8. The PES game that got me into the series. Fell in love with this game and never looked back. Winning 11-8. My goodness, the amount of hours I put into this game with my buddies is incredible. The edit mode is just insane. The gameplay still to this day is great. And then I got, of course, Winning 11-9, which came out the following year, and played the crap out of this game as well. So these are essentially the first two PES games I ever played and fell in love with for the original Xbox, and I put so much time into these games, almost more than any other games on the original Xbox. Such good games. Winning 11-8 and Winning 11-9. Alright, so that's the original Xbox. That is all for the original Xbox. Alright, I'm going to figure out what we got to do next. So what's next on the wall here? I'm kind of maneuvering myself. Looks like we're going to be doing Xbox One next, guys. Xbox One, the largest collection in my collection. Over 100 games here for the original Xbox. So let's buckle in. Jesse, are you ready for this? Are you guys ready for this at home? Thanks for everybody coming in right now and chatting. It's so much better with people here. It's weird. You think so? Okay. There's over 100 titles here for the original Xbox. A lot of which you guys have seen me stream. So I gotta take some of these down because they're all stacked along the wall in alphabetical order, so it'll make it easier to kind of just maneuver them in ways where they aren't in my way. So this is the biggest part of the collection. I'll try and put them back like right after I... Alright, gonna try and do it from like this angle here, so I can put them back as we show them off, so they won't get in the way later on. All right, Xbox One, a great system, a system that I owe a lot of gratitude towards for my channel, because it's kind of how I started the channel, streaming Xbox One, and I still stream that the most, just because I have the biggest collection of that. A lot of good titles on there. Still getting games to this day for the Xbox One, and I will continue to, especially if they go down in price. All right, so first one we got, one that Nick really likes. This is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The pirate one, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Let me move my mic so it's like more in front of me. There we go. So I'm going to be doing this from a weird angle here. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And then we have Assassin's Creed Origins. One of the first games I kind of played on my channel. I actually did stream this, but I never did commentary with it. I kind of just streamed me playing it, which is odd because I don't really do that anymore. It's always has commentary or something. So there's Assassin's Creed Origins. Put a lot of hours into that game, but did eventually beat it. Alright, next up we have Battleborn. Really cool game from 2K, kind of like Overwatch meets Borderlands in a way. I have the big box version of it because it comes with a collectible figurine inside, so it's really cool. I didn't pay anything extra for this. It was just when I pre-ordered the game at GameStop, they gave me this, and I got one of the figurines in there. So Battleborn, a game I like. Not a lot of people love this game, but I think it's pretty darn good. I did beat it. Was going to stream it on the channel, but I never really got around to doing too much of it and kind of canceled the series, but maybe I'll go back to it at some point. So there's that. Let me see, I'm still in alphabetical order. Okay, next up we have a game I did do on the channel. So if there's a game I said I did do on the channel, guys, you can find the playlist. It'll be there for you. Next up is Ben 10 for the Xbox One, Ben 10. Pretty easy little like beat 'em up kind of game. But, you know, it's pretty fun. Ben 10. Next up we have a really good horror game that I enjoyed personally, and that's Blair Witch. Blair Witch, physical copy. Of course, this was out just digitally originally, and I waited, you know, to see if they were going to release a physical version, and they did, and I got one off Amazon that was brand new. So I'm very happy to have this game. I'm a big Blair Witch fan of the original film, so very nice to have that game, and I thought it was a good game. I thought it was good. Next up, we have a game that we are currently playing on the channel, and that's Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3, really cool. The Super Deluxe Edition, though, and that's Borderlands 3. Really enjoying that game. Next up, another horror game, one I have not played yet, but I picked it up when it was cheap, and I do plan on playing it at some point. That's Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is the way to pronounce it, I believe. Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu. I'm really excited to try this one, so when we do, I'll try and get into that one. Alright, next up we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I played a little bit of this on the channel. I suck at Call of Duty games, but I do enjoy them. So Call of Duty Black Ops 4. The Xbox One, got that the day of release. And next up we have another Call of Duty game, Call of Duty World War II. Probably my favorite Call of Duty game I've ever played personally. I really like the campaign. Josh Duhamel, of course, he is one of the main actors in this game, and I thought he did a fantastic job in the campaign, and I quite like the zombies mode in this one too. Call of Duty World War II. I'd have to say that's my favorite Call of Duty game. Next we have... Ooh, that was out of order. Sorry, some games here are out of order apparently. There we go. Next up we have... I do apologize if any of these are out of alphabetical order. I think I have them all in the right spot. Carmageddon Max Damage. Carmageddon Max Damage for the Xbox One. I feel like this is going to be a pretty hard title to get down the line. I don't know, though. It's pretty fun. It's like Twisted Metal meets, like, I don't know, GTA, because you can, like, run people over, and it's just absolute chaos. Carmageddon Max Damage. I believe I streamed that once or twice. Next up we have Control. We all know about this game. I did this game on the channel. It's a Remedy game, really, really good. And, you know, they had a little Alan Wake DLC with it. Control. Next we have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, I'm not one for remakes and remasters, but this one seemed like a good deal to get because I had never played the original Crash games. And they were re-releasing them all in one package, so I figured I'll give that a go. And it was really fun to beat all three of them. The first one was definitely the hardest, but since I didn't grow up with PlayStation, it was kind of neat to play these games. I would like to own the original copies of all three Crash games at some point, but for now, that's what I got. Next up, we have another game that we recently got on the channel to play, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. Loving this game so far. Really am. Despite its problems, it's quite enjoyable. Cyberpunk 2077. Alright, let me maneuver a little bit here. This is awkward, isn't it? The way I'm sitting. Next we have Dark Pictures Little Hope. Dark Pictures Little Hope. So it's under D for Dark. Dark Pictures Little Hope. It's a horror game. My brother got me this one and the other Dark Pictures game I'll show in just a second. I haven't played them yet, but he got them for me for Christmas. Physical copies, which I really appreciate. So there's Dark Pictures Little Hope and Dark Pictures Man of Medan. Now this is the first one that came out in the series. So there's Dark Pictures Man of Medan. Alright guys, next up we have a game that you're all familiar with on the channel by now, and that's Dead by Daylight. I love this game. One of my favorite horror games to play these days. So much fun to play online with people. Dead by Daylight. Alright, next up we got a game I streamed a long time ago on the channel, at least it feels like a long time ago. Deadpool. The Deadpool game. This is a really good game, actually. It really captures the character of Deadpool quite well. Gameplay's solid. I had a fun time with it. It was, it was funny. Dialogue was good. So if you're looking for a good superhero game that goes under the radar, check out Deadpool. I believe that was released on the 360 and the PS3 as well, but it was ported to the Xbox One, which is the version, of course, I have there. Alright, next up we have Destiny 2. Of course, very popular series. I didn't really play Destiny 1, and I've only played some of this, so maybe one day I'll get into streaming the campaign, but there's Destiny 2. Next up we have a game I didn't play much of when it came out, so I would like to go back and play this one and get through it. It's Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I love Deus Ex Human Revolution, so but I haven't played this one enough to really judge it. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. There we go for the Xbox One. Here's a game I really like next, and that is Diablo 3. This is Diablo 3. Fantastic game. Put a lot of hours into this one. Did beat the campaign in it. It's really, really good. If you haven't played a Diablo game, I suggest picking this one up and playing it. Diablo 3. I had never played any Diablo games before this one, and I started playing this one. I was quite impressed. I love those dungeon crawler type games. Ooh, next we have one of my favorite gaming series, and that's Dishonored. So we have, whoops, as I throw the game at my phone, Dishonored, the very first one, the definitive edition. So this is Dishonored 1. Boy, do I love this game so much. I did own it on the 360, but I traded it in, And when they re-released it on Xbox One, I picked it up because it had all the DLC in there and a little improved graphics. So I figured I'd pick that up. So there's Dishonored, the definitive edition. And then of course after that comes Dishonored 2. So we're getting some glare here from the sunlight outside. Dishonored 2, limited edition, but there's the Dishonored 2, another really great game. Not as good as the first one, but fantastic nonetheless. One I will eventually try and get through on the channel when I have time. And then after that we have Dishonored Death of the Outsider. This is the little prequel game that came out afterwards. Another really good game. A lot shorter than the first two Dishonored, but if you're a fan of the first two and haven't played this one, definitely check it out. Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Dishonored games. Here's a game that needs no introduction on the channel, and that's Disneyland Adventures. Oh boy, guys. One of the OGs of the channel. Game I streamed a ton. A lot of you have fond memories watching that series. My channel kind of was put on the map because of this game, and a game I really hold dear to my heart. It's definitely in my top, I'd say, 40 favorite games of all time, maybe even higher than that. Such a good game. If you love Disney and you just love being at Disneyland or anything like that, get this game for the Xbox One, because you can just freely explore Disneyland, interact with the characters, go on some rides, you do like little missions, and it's surprisingly pretty difficult to 100%. I did 100% it, but there are some tough things you gotta do in order to 100% it. Disneyland Adventures. Next up we have The Division. Game I also streamed here. Did about 25 episodes of this before I ended the series. Really liked this game. I never played the second one yet, but I did enjoy this game quite a bit. The Division. Alright, where are we at now? I gotta get this pile down now. Okay, we're going. I said Xbox One is a long list. I'm the only person who, 100% of the game? Oh, really? Nobody else? I mean, I get comments for that game on YouTube still. People asking me how to do certain things or where I found certain collectibles. And I honestly, I feel bad because I don't remember. They ask me, like, oh, where's, one of Pluto's bones that you need to get? But I don't even know. I kind of just walked around. A lot of it I did out of order. And I just eventually kept doing things until I beat it 100%. Some things I remember how to do, but there's a lot of cryptic things you got to do on rides and mini games to get those, to get that 100%. But I enjoyed getting that game to 100%, even doing all the achievements too. The only game I've ever done that with, so it was well worth it. Next up we have Doom 2016, if you want to call it that, but Doom 2016 for Xbox One. Get that one on the channel as well. Love that game. And then, of course, after that, we have Doom Eternal. Really hard game. Played that when it came out. If you guys want to watch that series, it's on the channel. Really enjoyed this one. Doom Eternal. Was pumped for when that game came out, and it delivered. It really did. Gameplay was really solid. Next up, we have a game I got more recently, but haven't played yet. I found it in GameStop for a couple bucks, and that's Dragon Age Inquisition. An RPG there. I haven't played any Dragon Age games, so figured, well, I'll find one for a couple dollars. Dishonored 2. Yeah, Dishonored 2. Yes, Jesse. I've got Dishonored, Dishonored 2, and then Dishonored Death of the Outsider. You got it? Okay. Yeah, I said if you have any questions about the cataloging, just let me know. Next up, we have one of the original games that I played on my channel too. We got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Dragon Ball Fighters, whatever you want to call it. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Let me see right there. Really good fighting game. I don't know much about anything about Dragon Ball, guys, but the game looks so awesome. The animations, Gameplay looked great. I did buy it when it came out, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'm horrible at it, but I enjoy it. Played it with some of my friends online. We had a good time. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Next up, we have an interesting game. Dungeons 3. Not typically the type of game that I play, but I did enjoy this game. I love getting into it and building my army and all that. I didn't get very far in it, but it was fun. Dungeons 3. You love everything Dragon Ball, well, there you go. There's your draft. That's the only Dragon Ball game I got. Alright, next we have a really great horror zombie game, and that's Dying Light, of course. Played that one. That's actually helped my channel grow on Twitch, believe it or not, last year when I streamed this. I had a lot of people coming in to watch play this game. I love this game. Still looking forward to Dying Light 2 whenever that drops. But I hope they don't rush it out. So Dying Light, good stuff. Oh boy, next we have a game that could have been much better, but instead it's just a jank mess, and that's Earthfall. Probably the worst AI I've ever experienced in a game. Your teammate AI is just atrocious. But concept's pretty cool. The levels are cool. I said if you're playing with a couple friends, it'd probably be really good because you'd be able to control more what's going on, and you won't have your idiot AIs to rely on. So, Earthfall. If you're going to get this game, make sure you're going to play it with some friends. I believe it has local... Oh, it doesn't have local co-op. Never mind. Only online. Next up, a really good horror series. Evil Within. The first Evil Within. These are very much like a Resident Evil style game. Really, really good. I really hope they announce a third one for these. I think they're both amazing games. Evil Within. And, of course, after the Evil Within comes the Evil Within 2. This is literally one of the first games I had on my channel playing. And this is where Dev, the OG Dev, discovered me back in, was it early 2018 when I was streaming this? Late 2017, early 2018. Evil Within 2. Really enjoyed this game. So that's one where Dev kind of entered the channel. That's one of the little the grandkids of the channel, if you will, right there. Evil Within 2. Next up, we have Fallout 4. Series I might do at some point when I feel like the time is right and I'm in the mood. It is going to be a long game, a long series, but Fallout 4. I did get this when it first came out. I didn't put a ton of time into it, but I'd like to put more time into it. I think I spent most time just building my home and everything on my base more than anything. Next up, we have Far Cry Primal. A Far Cry game for y'all. Far Cry Primal, interesting Far Cry series right there. Wow, we still have a lot to go. But once we get through the Xbox One games, I mean, PS2 is pretty big, and so is 360, and all the other ones are kind of small. Wii's a little sizable, but nothing compared to the Xbox One. Next up, we have Friday the 13th. Of course, I love this game too, but the servers were shut down, and now it's kind of a dead game, unfortunately. But Friday the 13th, the game, played that a bunch on the channel. And I'm trying to finish this before the sun goes down. I do have several hours before the sun goes down, so we should be good. We might actually finish this today. Let's just keep going here. It'd be nice to do this in one long, probably like 3-hour video or whatever. Then I can maybe stream a game later tonight. Alright, next up we have Fortnite. Look at that, guys. Physical copy, original physical copy of Fortnite. You won't see this in stores these days. Freaking, you know, the online multiplayer mode was not in this game. You know, Battle Royale was not in the game, not even mentioned on the back. This is when the game first came out, and it was not that kind of game. It was not even popular. I pre-ordered this game, you know. I was excited about it because of the horde mode that was going to be in there, and playing it with my friend, or my brother, I should say. So I have a rare physical original copy of Fortnite there. You know, most people play that for free now, just downloading it, but there's a physical copy there. Next we have Gears 4, essentially. Gears 4. Not my favorite in the Gears series, but definitely worth a go. I think all the Gears games are definitely really good and worth playing. So there's Gears 4. The first installment on the Xbox One. And of course we have Gears 5, which I really enjoyed as well. I still think Gears 3 is my favorite one, but these are both really good. I love the multiplayer in this game too. I had fun with that so far. So Gears 5, story was really good in this one too. I'm not a huge fan of the way the game expanded. I like Gears for their more linear style gameplay, where you're just going, ducking behind cover, the original kind of Gears. I see what they were trying to do with this one, but I really hope that they go back in Gears 6 to the original style of just straight up linear, areas to go through and not have big open areas, because I don't think it really worked that well for Gears. I appreciate that they were trying to make it bigger, but I think everyone wants the classic style Gears for their campaign. Alright, next up we have the Golf Club for Xbox One, the Golf Club Collector's Edition. I do have a Golf Club towel that came with this. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was excited about this game when it was first coming out because I do like golf games too. And this is a really good one. The course creator in these games are just unbelievable. Unbelievably in-depth. I did play a little bit of this on the channel, so if you like some chill videos, go watch those. I love playing golf games. Something about them is just so relaxing and just makes you feel like you're there in the course. And we have the Golf Club 2 as well, which I haven't played as much of, but maybe we'll do a series on this at some point, the Golf Club 2. Really good stuff there. Like I said, course creation is just unbelievable. I remember I started making a mini golf course on one of those, because you could technically make a mini golf course with just greens and using your putter and adding in like obstacles and different undulations on the greens. Next up we have Halo 5, great game, great multiplayer, great campaign. Halo 5 Guardians for the Xbox One. Still waiting for Halo Infinite to come out, but there's Halo 5. Next we have, make sure everything's still in order here, Injustice 2, great fighter, DC fighting game, much like in the style of Mortal Kombat. You guys all know what this is. So good. Injustice 2. Again, I pretty much suck at this game, but I guess I can hold my own. I guess I used to be able to. I don't know about now, but next we have Invisible Hours, the Invisible Hours under I. I have not played this game, but again, I got it really cheap, and I think at GameStop. Seems interesting. It's kind of like a movie that you watch, and you kind of have full control over wherever everything is. You kind of see what's going on in the story. So it'll be kind of an interesting game to play. The Invisible Hours. Next up we have a game I know very little about, but I got this in a store for like $5. Jagged Alliance Rage. I think it's like a strategy game. Jagged Alliance Rage by THQ Nordic. Interesting there. Next we have a really good fighter I like, and that's Killer Instinct, the Xbox One version. Of course, this goes way back to the Super Nintendo days, I think. Killer Instinct. Gotta love that one. Beautiful looking game. Next we have a game that I've streamed a lot on the channel and I've fallen in love with, and that's Killing Floor 2. What a great game. What a great game this is. So much fun to put that on and just shoot monsters and survive. I fell in love with this game the first time I played it. I've been playing it since, on and off, so plenty of videos on this game on the channel if you want to see Killing Floor 2, also on the PC, I believe, and PS4. Next up we have, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3. You guys know I went through this game on the channel as well, had an epic series with that one. Loved it. Really loved this game. Kingdom Hearts 3, probably one of my top 10 RPGs I've ever played. Kingdom Hearts 3. Next up we have the Lego Harry Potter Collection, which I also beat on the channel. Lego Harry Potter Collection for Xbox One. Took me a while to get through this, but we did. Under L for Lego Harry Potter collection. It's got all the Lego Harry Potter games in one game, and it was great. My friend Ruby got me this, and really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. It was a good time. Next up, we have the special edition of Little Nightmares, the first one. Little Nightmares. You see, it comes with the figure. It also has like a soundtrack and a poster and stuff. Love this game. Beaten this game twice. Still want to play the second one, but what a great game. Little Nightmares. Fantastic game. Special edition. Again, this was like maybe 30 or 40 bucks for this edition. I saw on GameStop, and I was like, ooh, I wanted that game, and I didn't know there was a super edition of it, so I bought it. I really enjoyed it. Let me make sure we're in the right spot here. Still a lot more Xbox One to go. I'm sorry. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we're into the M's of Xbox One. Again, I'll probably shift my position again when we get to maybe like the 360 games or something. Alright, so next up we have Marvel's Avengers under M for Marvel Avengers. I know that this game is kind of hit or miss for some people. I thought the campaign was awesome. I have not tried the multiplayer online, but the campaign was tons of fun. You really feel like you are controlling those heroes, so I thought they captured that pretty good. The graphics are amazing. The story was really good, so if you're interested in it, maybe wait for it to go down in price some more and pick it up and play the campaign. You'll probably enjoy it. Marvel's Avengers. And we have another Marvel game. We have Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Or no, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, sorry. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a different game. This is essentially the fourth Marvel vs. Capcom game. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It's a good game, but still, the second one's the best if you're going to go with Marvel vs. Capcom. Next, we have a game that disappointed a lot of people. I still think it's decent, but I have not beaten it because it's actually... I had trouble with it. That's Mighty Number 9, the successor to Mega Man, kind of. Mighty Number 9. Cool about this game, though, is that it comes with a, full art book showing off all the characters and a poster, so really cool there. Mighty Number 9 for Xbox One. Alright, we're still going here. Still in the M's. Next we have Mortal Kombat X. I have not tried Mortal Kombat 11 yet, but I do love this game. Mortal Kombat X. I think I might have played it. I don't know if I played this on the channel or not. But, there it is, Mortal Kombat X. Next up, we have a game that I played a ton of on the channel and still playing. My Time at Portia. There it is, guys. My Time at Portia. So there's that one. You guys know all about that game. Great game. Still more of that to come. Next up we have a really good hockey game. NHL 18. This is, I think, the first game I played on my channel. On YouTube and Twitch. Late 2017. I'm pretty sure the first gaming video I had was this. Actually, it was essentially kind of the first YouTube video I had. I had an LFO video from a long time ago, but that was like back when I had my channel just to, pretty much comment on other channels. I wasn't really uploading anything, but when I really started my YouTube, this was the first game I played. I did a whole season with the Flyers, guys. So NHL 18. There's a lot of videos on that game on my channel. Next up, we have Nickelodeon Kart Racers. Played this kind of recently on the channel as well. Pretty good kart racer, not amazing, but fun for what it is. So Nickelodeon Kart Racers there. Alright, what do we got next? You still doing good, Jesse? Do you need me to slow down at all to catalog these? Trying to go at a decent pace here so we can maybe get through this today. Nope. You're good? You're good? Okay. Next up is a game that a lot of you seem to like on the channel. I seem to like watching me play. It's No Man's Sky. Really, really cool game. I mean, pretty much the biggest game ever because of the infinite amount of possibilities of what you can find in this game. I'm still learning how to play this game every time I put it on, but really enjoyable and quite expansive, as I said. No Man's Sky, kind of a game I play whenever I'm really in the mood to play it. So there will be more of that. Ooh. Next up, as we get to the O's of Xbox One, great series here. We have Overcooked. Everybody loves Overcooked. One of the best couch co-op games for the Xbox One, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, that's a good game. And of course, we have Overcooked 2 as well. So, can't go wrong with Overcooked. If you're looking for a good time with your friends, look no further than Overcooked. Overcooked 1 and 2. Alright, from Overcooked to Overwatch. We have Overwatch, of course. I've been playing this on the channel as well. Really enjoy this game. I haven't really gotten into it till more recently, and having a lot of good sessions with that. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it. So Overwatch. Next up we have a thriller / horror game, an indie one. Physical copy of Past Cure. A lot of you probably have not heard of this game, but if you want to see it, I did play this on the channel. So there will be a playlist. Like I said, a lot of these Xbox One games are going to have playlists on my channel because I've streamed a lot of them. Past Cure there. I quite enjoyed it. The last boss was pretty trolly, but I did beat him. The rest of the game's pretty darn good, though. Past Cure. It's not a very long game, but interesting game. Past Cure. Next up, we have another series I love, and that's Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, the first one. Boy, these games are so fun. I still got to get the third one. I still got to get Battle for Neighborville, but there's Garden Warfare. And then, of course, with Garden Warfare comes Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Love this game. I've put so many hours into this one with friends and stuff, and I've played it on the channel a bunch. We will play this again. I think this game will probably come back during the summertime at some point on the channel, guys, so you can see more of that. Garden Warfare 2, so good. Unless I get Battle for Neighborville, then I'll probably start playing that one a bunch. I want to get that for Xbox One, even though I know they just re-released it on the Switch. Next up we have Prey, Xbox One. Not to be confused with the Prey for 360. This is Prey for Xbox One. A really good horror game. I guess it could be considered a horror game, right? First-person thriller horror game. Long game, hard game, but atmospheric as hell and just really good. I played this right as my channel was kind of starting. A game came out kind of right when my channel was starting, so I never did stream it. Maybe one day we'll go through it again when I feel like playing it. Alright, next up we have the Pro Evolution Soccer games for Xbox One. So Jesse, you can just put PES and then like the year. So we got PES 2015, the first one that was released on Xbox One. PES 2015, PES 2016. Now I love all these games, guys. I love the PES games, as you know. PES 2017, Nick's favorite one. The Legendary Edition of PES 2018. The special David Beckham edition of PES 2019. My favorite PES game on the Xbox One PS4 era. I love this game. I think it's the best one in that time. One of the best PES games ever, I think, is this one right here. PES 2019. I got the special David Beckham edition. Of course, we used him in the My Club mode. PES 2020. Or eFootball, but we'll call it PES 2020. And then, of course, PES 2021 Season Update, the newest one, as we wait for the next-gen PES to drop. PES 2021, love the PES games. PES 2022, I cannot wait to play when that drops on the next-gen. Alright, so we have another stack here of Xbox One games still to get through, but, you know, we're going into the queues. Next up we have Quantum Break. I did play this on the channel, another Remedy game. Really good game from the makers of Alan Wake. Quantum Break. Highly recommend that one. That's a console exclusive as well. Next up we have Rainbow Six Siege. A lot of you know this game. Very popular game now. When this came out, like nobody was really playing it, I feel like. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I do have this game, but I rarely ever play it, to be honest. So I'd be pretty new to it if I started getting into it. I used to play it when I first got it, but not so much anymore. So Rainbow Six Siege. We go from that to the Rare Replay, which is a great collection of rare games from the old times up until like the 360 era. Lots of good stuff on there. You got your Banjo-Kazooie, your Viva Pinata, Perfect Dark. Got some old school games on there. Like Jetpack, Jet Force Gemini. So really cool collection there, Rare Replay. And then we have the Raven Remastered. Raven Remastered for Xbox One. I did try this game out. It was pretty neat. It's like an old school adventure game, kind of. Maybe we'll stream it at some point. Raven Remastered. In fact, I think I might have recorded an episode of that. Next up, we have a game that I was streaming. It is on the channel, but I never beat it. I got stuck in it and kind of quit the game, and that's Recore. I do like this game. Concept's awesome. The characters are great. But it got I got stuck in, and I just couldn't move forward with it. But it's a really cool game, Recore. That's another console exclusive there for the Xbox One. Next we have another game that needs no introduction, Resident Evil 7. Biohazard, of course, we're still waiting for Resident Evil 8 to drop next month. So Resident Evil 7. Lovely, lovely game. Fantastic horror game. Really creepy. Probably one of the creepiest games I've ever played. From Resident Evil to Rise of the Tomb Raider. I love this new Tomb Raider series. So good. This is probably the worst of the three, though, in my opinion. But I do love it all the same. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Lara Croft. Gotta love Lara Croft, right? Alright, as we continue here, we have Rocket League. Of course, I played a ton of this on the channel. I love this game. One of my favorite online multiplayer games right now. Rocket League. So good. If you haven't played this game, make sure you play it. It's super addicting, super fun. It takes a while to get used to, though, and master. It took me a long time to perfect how I play now. I was terrible at it. Now I can do pretty damn well with it. Next, we have a game that was recommended to me by Pedro a long time ago from the channel, and we had played through it. It was a fun game. It's called Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure. So this is a cool Disney game. You see, it's got all these different Pixar movies, and you have levels pertaining to each of those movies that you see on the cover there. A lot of fun. Not the hardest of games, but I think I 100%ed this, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least came close to it. So Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure. This is actually an Xbox One console exclusive, which I didn't even know that, so that's pretty cool. Next we have another console exclusive, and that's Rise, Son of Rome. I have not played this yet, but I have seen gameplay of it. This is one that was released, I think, when the Xbox One first came out. I found it at GameStop or something for cheap, and I picked it up because I knew I always wanted to try it out. So that's Rise, Son of Rome. Graphics are amazing in this game, and it looks like it could be really fun to get through at some point. So that's another exclusive. Next we have Lord of the Rings game. We have Shadow of Mordor. Fantastic game, Shadow of Mordor. Played this game and beat it. You're not going to see any like your big time Lord of the Rings characters in it, but it's really good. Shadow of Mordor. And then from that Shadow to the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is a fantastic game. Of course, we played this right when it came out on the channel, and I 100%ed this game, guys. The base game, I 100%ed it. So if you want to see that, go check out my Shadow of Tomb Raider playlist, and you'll see me go through, beat all the missions, get all the collectibles. Story is amazing. Gameplay, of course, is top notch. I love that one. And then another Shadow game, we have Shadow of War, which is the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War. Now, I haven't put a lot of time into this game at all. I played it a little bit when it came out, but I kind of got caught up doing other things and didn't get very far in it, so maybe we'll stream that someday. Shadow of War. And then next we have a more recent pickup. And that's a horror game, The Sinking City, for Xbox One. So much like Call of Cthulhu now, we got Sinking City game. Another game I'm really looking forward to trying when I have the time and, you know, I feel like the timing is right to play it. We will. Sinking City, horror game by H.P. Lovecraft. Let me have a little bit of water here. Jesse, again, thank you so much for doing this, for cataloging and everything. I really appreciate it. Just going to spray my hands here, guys. Clean them up. This is a marathon, huh? But actually, I'm getting through this faster than I thought I was going to. The Xbox One is the largest collection. We're almost done with Xbox One, too. Alright, next we have a skateboarding game, and I've done a little bit on the channel, Skater XL. This is a cool game. The most realistic skateboard game I've ever played. I'm horrible at it, but it's really fun. I'm going to get back into some skateboarding games probably when the summertime really hits. I feel like those are games I really like to play during the summer. So I'll probably pick one out and play some more. Good summer feel to them, you know, being outside and exploring. So Skater XL. They may have added more stuff into that game since I got it, so I'd have to update it and see what they added. Next up we have Sonic Forces. Again, this was a very early on game in my channel. I did beat it. Sonic Forces, a really good Sonic game, I think. Lots of diversity to the types of levels you get. Kind of a mix between all the Sonic games. Really cool. Next up we have Star Wars Battlefront. And then we have, of course, Star Wars Battlefront 2. So you got Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2. Good games, but, you know, there was some microtransactions, especially I think in the second one. But I do enjoy them. I think I played more of the first one. Next we have Star Wars Squadrons. Now this is a really good game with no microtransactions. I did beat this on the channel too, guys. So if you want to see that campaign, it's all there. Really good campaign. Pretty intuitive controls too, for considering what it is. And yeah, graphically amazing. Good story. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Star Wars Squadrons, very immersive game. Alright, next we have a series again that needs no introduction to the channel, but here we go, guys. We have State of Decay, the first one. A game I didn't really put too much time into, honestly. State of Decay 1. I do have that, the Day 1 edition. I think I got this used one day at a GameStop because I didn't get it when it first came out. And then we have, of course, State of Decay 2, which we all know and love here. Fantastic game. One of my favorites. So I didn't put a lot of time into State of Decay 1, so going into State of Decay 2, I was kind of not too familiar with the series. State of Decay 2, I've fallen in love with, as we know. Alright, next we have a more recent pickup, Street Power Soccer. Pretty cool street soccer game. Street Power Soccer. Did do a video on this recently as well. Next we have a console exclusive, and if you have an Xbox One, you gotta have this game. And it's Sunset Overdrive. Ooh, this is a great game. Got this when it came out. Insomniac Games. So fun. So colorful. And this game just screams summertime. I mean, I did stream all the missions in this game. Maybe like 2 years ago on the channel. But this game just is like, epitomizes summer to me. Playing it, the colors and everything. So good. We're on page 5 right now. Oh my gosh. There's probably going to be at least 10 pages then, I assume. Maybe. getting hot in here. Alright guys, we're going to keep going. Let's keep going. Power through this. Next up, Super Lucky's Tale for the Xbox One. Wonderful 3D platformer. Adorable. So freaking good. Super Lucky's Tale. I really want a sequel to this game. Like, so badly. Please. Next we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan. I did categorize this under T, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan. This is actually a really good game for the Xbox One. Quite impressed with it. The graphic style's beautiful. It's kind of like cel-shaded. It just looks really good. It's actually co-op too, online, so you can play with your buddies on there. Really, really good game. Next we have a really good tennis game I got a lot out of, and that's Tennis World Tour. I did do a career mode in this, guys. I did a couple seasons, so if you want to see that, you can go to Tennis World Tour playlist. I like tennis games a lot. I don't play them that often, but this one I did get a lot out of, so got my money's worth with Tennis World Tour. Let me stretch out a little bit here. Let me see if I can maybe point the camera a little bit. There we go. Alright, next up we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Pretty janky skateboarding game. Love the Tony Hawk games. This one's fun though. I've put a lot of time into this. I love the part creator. That's probably where I've spent most of my time in the game. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Got that when it first came out. Next we have Witcher 3, of course. I did start this game on my channel, but I didn't get very far in it because of the trolley boss early in the game. But a very expansive game, of course we all know. Really needs no introduction at all. But The Witcher 3 by CD Projekt Red. Three more Xbox One games. Next one, a game I played more recently and loved, is Wolfenstein: The New Order. Really good shooter. Impressed by the story. The story was fantastic. The characters were great. The gameplay was superb. The graphics were amazing. I mean, there's really not much bad that I can say about this game. If you want a good first-person shooter, I mean, look no further than Wolfenstein: The New Order. Next we have World War Z, which is a really cool zombie game. I like this game a lot. And it's not a super popular game, but it's kind of like Left 4 Dead a bit. But there's so many zombies in this game. Like huge hordes of zombies come after you, just like the movie. Cool level design, cool characters. I played a bunch of this on the channel too, if you guys look on that playlist. World War Z. Really nice zombie games. You guys know I love my zombie games. And the last Xbox One game we have is Yooka-Laylee, which is one of my favorite 3D platformers probably ever made. Did 100% this game. This was another game I played really early on in my Twitch and YouTube days here in 2018. So if you want to see that series, it's all there, 100% for this game. Really good game. Colorful. It's, it's a spiritual successor to the Banjo-Kazooie series, so there's a lot of nostalgia in there. Alright, so that finally takes care of the Xbox One games, guys. So we're going on to the next system, and it's PlayStation 2. I do have quite a bit of PlayStation 2 games as well, so we got to get ready for that as I'm trying to move them off the stack here. Alright. We are making progress here. We're making progress. So we got PS2, then we'll probably do, I have two PS3 games that we'll do after this. Alright, so PlayStation 2 is the next system we're going to do. I'm going to stay in this position just because it's easier to put them back. First up for PlayStation 2, we have Alias. Alias. I think I got this game for $1 at a game shop, so if I see any game for $1, I will pretty much buy it, especially if it's complete in the case and everything. I haven't played this game yet, but hopefully it's better than Dark Angel. Alias. Next up we have American Idol for PS2, I got it on Game Boy Advance, and now I got it for American Idol. Well, for PS2, I mean. American Idol. Uh, have I really been streaming for less than 2 hours? I feel like I've been doing this for like 4 hours already. It's been less than 2, so we might actually finish this in less than 4, which is pretty good. I thought this was going to be like a 6-hour stream, and I wouldn't be able to stream again today, but pretty good. All right, next we have ATV Off-Road Fury 2, an ATV off-road game. Now I have tried this game, and it's quite fun. So again, if there's any of these games that you guys want to see on the channel specifically, you know, you just let me know that I haven't streamed yet. You know, that's kind of another reason for doing this. You guys can kind of see what I have at the moment. And again, this is going to be changing almost, you know, every week. I might be getting something new from a thrift store or something, so I'll try and update the collection. It's a good way for me to see everything that I have, and for, you know, if my brothers want to gift me a game or something, they'll know what I have already and be like, oh, he already has that game, so I'll buy him this one instead. Oh, it's ATV Off-Road Fury 2. Off-Road Fury 2. So there's that one. Alright, next up we have Battlestar Galactica for PS2. I got this game off of a site that was like changing management and sold a lot of games for cheap. And I wanted to get this one. I've never played it yet. It looks like a strategy type game. It could be really fun. So one day, I said these games I have, a lot of these games I will end up streaming that I haven't streamed yet. I just got to pick the right times. Like I said, I have a lot in my collection I have not streamed or even tried. Battlestar Galactica. Next we have Brunswick Pro Bowling for the PlayStation 2. Another thrift store find. Brunswick Pro Bowling. A bowling game. Alright, next up for a PS2 we got Casper Spirit Dimensions. Ooh. I bought this game off eBay for really cheap, so maybe we'll stream it sometime during like the October or something. We'll see. I never played it. Could be good. Who knows? But it's a Casper game. Cool art on there too. Casper Spirit Dimensions. That one's complete in the box as well. Ooh, here's a good one. I haven't played this game, but it can't be good. This cannot be good. And it's Catwoman for PS2. I found that for like $2 in a game shop as well. Halle Berry and everything. So we can only imagine how bad this is and how jank it is. And we will play this at some point. On the back it says Halle Berry is Catwoman. It's like, yeah, we know. That's EA Games too. Next we have Enter the Matrix, a game I got for $2 as well. I think, yeah, $2. I've not played this one. Could be good. The cover's really cool too. It's got kind of like it's like a 3D effect to it. Enter the Matrix. It's in great condition. I said I found this in like a thrift store and was like, yep, give me that one. Next we have a game that we've recently been streaming, and that's Frogger the Great Quest. And it is quite the great quest. Look at that face. Look at that face. He looks like he's had a lot of cocaine. But that's Frogger the Great Quest. It is probably the jankiest 3D platformer I've ever played. We're almost through it. We have a couple more levels left. I want to finish this game so we can start something else. Frogger the Great Quest. The voice acting and dialogue is hilarious. Next we have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I've not played this game. I got it at a thrift store and not played it yet, but of course we all know the Grand Theft Auto series. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's that one. Next we have a tennis game, Hard Hitter Tennis. There by Atlas for the PlayStation 2. There's another tennis game for you. An arcade-like game. Hard Hitter Tennis. Then we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I got this game for, I think, $1 at a store once. I did try this game. It's actually quite fun. So maybe I'll stream it at some point. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's like a typical PlayStation 2 action game from the time, you know. Alright. Still got a lot more PS2 to go here. So next up we have one I just recently added to the collection, and that's Haven Call of the King. Haven Call of the King. A 3D platformer. Looks very expansive. It's supposed to be pretty good, actually. So we'll give that a try at some point. One I had on my radar. Found it for a good price, complete, in a game shop. Haven Call of the King. Or you can just call it Haven if you like. Alright, next up we have High Heat Major League Baseball 2003. I do like my baseball games. So High Heat Major League Baseball 2003 with Curt Schilling on the cover. There we go. There's that one. Found that one at a thrift store. Next we have a game that we played on the channel as well. That's Hunter the Reckoning Wayward, the second in the Hunter series. I like this one, but certainly not as good as the first one or the third one, I don't think. So Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. You know, it was kind of cheap compared to the other ones, if you ask me. Hunter the Reckoning Wayward. Next we have a game I don't really know anything about, but I loved the art style and the cover. I bought it from a game shop for like $10 or something. Complete, and that's Kaya. Kaya Dark Lineage. I can just call it Kaya. Or Kia, I don't know how it's pronounced, but so I don't even know what type of game this is. It could be an action game, could be a 3D platformer, could be an RPG. I really don't know, but I'm gonna stream that someday and give it a go, and we'll see how far we can get in there. Okay, Dark Lineage. Next up we have Kingdom Hearts 1, and of course Kingdom Hearts 2. I haven't played either of these. I recently picked these up at a game shop, complete in boxes. So Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, of course. Jesse knows all about this series. Most of you all do. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And then next we have Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Another Lord of the Rings game here, guys. I realized how many Lord of the Rings games I have. Next we have another music program type game. I put some time into this one. This one's really cheap though. This is just called Music Maker for PS2. One of the first PS2 games I owned when I bought my PS2 in 2007. Music Maker. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this game. It's actually quite hilarious. Some of the pre-rendered vocals that are in the game. Alright, so that's we're still on M's here. Let me readjust everything. Thank you guys for hanging out here, just going through the collection. If you're coming into the stream now, I am showing off all the games that we got in the collection here. And my girlfriend is watching, and she's cataloging everything for us, so very sweet of her. So next we have Medal of Honor Frontlines, first-person shooter. Medal of Honor Frontline, I should say. Medal of Honor Frontline. And then we have Medal of Honor Rising Sun, which we did play on the channel as well. So if you want to see that, look out for that playlist. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. This was a really good first-person shooter. Very good for PS2 standards. Very, very good. Then we have MLB Slugfest 2003 with A-Rod on the cover. This is kind of like, you know, NFL Blitz for baseball as well. MLB Slugfest 2003. So after this, we'll get to the two PS3 games, and then we'll go through, I guess, the Wii games after that. Alright, next we have NFL 2K2. NFL 2K2, good old 2K games that are really good. These old sports games are really good. NFL 2K2, Randy Moss on the cover. Whoop. And from that one 2K game to another, we have NHL 2K6, which I just recently picked up. I think that this was out on maybe even PS3. And it was also released on PlayStation 2, but I found it really cheap and great condition. NHL 2K6. Next up, we got Okage Shadow King. This is a game I really wanted. I have not played it yet. It's an RPG, but I found it in a game shop for a good price. Jumped on it. Okage Shadow King. The art style looks amazing. Kind of looks like almost like Tim Burton style art there. And we will eventually give that one a go for the PlayStation 2. Hokage Shadow King. Next up is a game we have played a little bit on the channel. I did get stuck in this game. Maybe we'll go back to it, and that's Orphan, Scion of Sorcery, a PlayStation 2 launch title there, RPG. Kind of a simplified RPG, but one nonetheless. Orphan, Scion of Sorcery. You can just call it Orphan. After the anime. Then we have Into the P's. We got Peter Jackson's King Kong. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I've heard this is a good game. I've not played it yet. But it looks really good graphically. It's supposed to be pretty cinematic. People say that this is a decent game. So Peter Jackson's King Kong. Where you actually play as King Kong. Should be interesting. Oh, here's one that we all love. We all know and love. That's Pimp My Ride. I did do one video on this on the channel. My goodness, this game. It's bad. It's really bad. Pimp My Freaking Ride. There we go, guys. I know you want to see more of that one. Here's another game. Here's one that we did beat on the channel. That's Pirates, Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Pirates, Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Pretty jank game. Like a pirate action platformer. It actually wasn't too bad. The final bosses were like stupid as hell, but I mean, the strategy to beat them was just really stupid. But you know, overall the game was pretty good for the time, I would say. So I recently just played this one on the channel. Next up, we have a game that was recommended to me. I did find this in a game shop, so I picked it up, and that's Primal. No booklet, as you can see, but Primal in there. So maybe we'll try that out at some point. Primal for the PS2. We're still on PS2, don't worry. A system I'm really, really loving to collect for nowadays. I'm kind of late to the party, but a lot of good games in there. Next we have Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. I think I found this one in a thrift store for $1 or $2. That one's complete in the box as well. Next we have, one of the reasons why I bought my PS2 in the first place was Pro Evolution Soccer 2007. So PES 2007, I should say. What a really good soccer game for the PS2. Played the heck out of this game. Oh boy, is it a good one. A lot of people peg this as one of their favorite PES games ever made, so there's that one. PES 2007. Next we have Ratchet Deadlocked. So Ratchet Deadlocked in the Ratchet and Clank series. The only Ratchet game I actually own is this one. Said I didn't grow up with PlayStation, so I heard this is one of the worst ones. I have played a little bit of it. I tried it out for about a half hour. I quite liked it, so maybe we'll stream it at some point. Ratchet Deadlocked. Next we have another game. There's no introduction. Game I played back in October. One of the best horror games ever made, and that's Silent Hill 2. Complete in the box. Black label. Silent Hill 2. 10 out of 10. You're not going to find a horror game really much better than this one. It's just everything you need in a horror game. Silent Hill 2. And then we have Sims Bustin' Out. Oh yeah. Let's get spicy here. Not quite Playboy the Mansion, but you know, close to that. Sims Bustin' Out. I have played some of this. It's pretty fun. Sims Bustin' Out. Next we have another Japanese horror game that's quite interesting. I've streamed a bit of this on the channel. I have probably like 6 or 7 episodes on YouTube, so if you want to check it out, that's Siren. It's a really interesting game. Pretty hard, very cryptic too. So I kind of need a walkthrough to get through a lot of the levels now. So, but I'm kind of playing that game very slowly. Siren. Oof. Stretch out my leg a little bit here. All right, next up we have SOCOM 3, U.S. Navy SEALs. Found this in a thrift store. Okay, so my girlfriend says she has about 30 to 40 minutes left. Okay, so maybe we can try and get through this. I'll go a little bit quicker then. SOCOM 3, U.S. Navy SEALs for PlayStation 2. Then we'll go to Sonic Heroes. And again, let me know if I'm going too fast, Jesse. But we'll go quicker now. Sonic Heroes. I think I'm talking about some of the games too much. Spider-Man. Just regular old Spider-Man for PS2. Some games there should be talked about though. We have Spiderwick Chronicles, which of course we played on the channel. Spiderwick Chronicles. We're going. We have Splashdown. Of course, we played a little bit of that as well. Splashdown. I'm sure you're typing up a storm over there. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. A wonderful 3D platformer that we all know. Of course, that was remade, but you don't really need the remake. Just play this one. It's freaking awesome. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Then we have the original SSX snowboarding game. I think that's a PS2 only title as well. So SSX, EA Big. Alright. Next up for PS2 we have Star Trek Conquest. Not played this one yet. And then we have Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Star Trek Conquest. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. A couple Star Trek games there. Then we have Stitch Experiment 626. We got a Stitch game. I really want to try this one. Stitch 626. You can just put Stitch if you want. Disney game. Of course, I like my Disney games, guys. Next up, we have Summoner RPG. I've not tried this, but I got these full intentions of playing these ones, and Summoner 2, of course. So we got Summoner 1 and Summoner 2. Whoops, there's the camera. Both RPGs. Heard Summoner 1's pretty darn good, so we got those ones. What's my P.O. box? I do not have a P.O. box yet, Dev. I do not. People want me to get one, which is pretty sweet. Maybe I will. If I do get one, I'll let you guys know. Swing Away Golf for PS2. Swing Away Golf for PS2. We got Tack and the Power of Juju, but you can just say Tack for PS2. I've not played that one. Next we have Tetris Worlds. It's another Tetris game. Then we have Thrillville, which could be really fun, a park creator. I love those kind of games. Thrillville. Again, I am going a little bit quicker now, because we still have a lot of 360 games to get through, and GameCube and Wii. Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. State of Emergency. Oh, you actually have it, Dev? That's so nice of you. Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. I would totally stream that. I'd be like... maybe I will get a P.O. box at some point. I'll see. I'll see how much it costs to have it. Tony Hawk's Project 8. Tony Hawk's Project 8 for PS2. Next we have Tourist Trophy. And we've got Transworld Surf, much like Transworld Snowboarding. We have Transworld Surf here for the PS2. Look at that guy on the cover. That's you, Dev. Surfing away. Surf's up. Transworld Surf. And then we have a really good one here. Here's Twisted Metal Black. Of course, we recently played this on the channel. A fantastic game. Twisted Metal Black. And we have RPG that I have not played yet. Unlimited Saga. So it's called Unlimited. Well, it's covered up by a sticker, but Unlimited Saga. So you can see right there. Looked interesting. It's like JRPG, so could take some learning curves to get the hang of, but really fun. Winning 11-7, which is an old PES game, of course. Winning 11-7. And then the final PS2 game we have is one of my favorites, X-Files Resist or Serve. X-Files Resist or Serve. If you like horror games, well, you gotta get this one. You gotta get this one. It's basically Silent Hill with an X-Files coat, you know, and it's got all the authentic voice actors and writers of the show, the music. It's, oh my gosh, it's such a good game. I cannot preach how good that game is except for the final boss. All right, moving on. We're going to move right along. I guess I'll do my 2 Wii U games. I have 2 Wii U games. That's it. I did share a Wii U with my brothers, and I only had 2 games that are mine. I don't have a Wii U anymore, but I hope to get one someday. So Wii U, we have Sonic Lost World. These are both exclusives to Wii U as well, as of right now. Sonic Lost World. And then we have Yoshi's Woolly World, the special edition with the little woolly Yoshi. Look at him. So Sonic Lost World and Yoshi's Woolly World. A couple worlds there for Wii U. And Wii U will be something I, get more games for to stream and stuff when I actually have a Wii U again. But it's not really a dire thing for me to get. I'm looking for other systems right now. Alright, next we will do 2 PS3 games. I only have 2 PS3 games. I don't own a PS3, so that's why. I just recently found this one in a game shop. It's the Beatles Rock Band for PS3, and then we have Euro 2008, which is a soccer game I found in a thrift store for like $1. So Euro 2008. Those are the only PS3 games I own at the moment. And they go right up there. Again, that's a system that if I get, I will certainly start playing games and taking recommendations for. Alright, let's go with Wii. We got Wii next, so we have the Wii games. Hopefully Jesse's still doing good here. Wii, we have Alice in Wonderland after the Tim Burton film. Really cool game. I did play this one on the channel. Move my mic a little bit. So Alice in Wonderland. We have one of the best Wii games right here. Alien Monster Bowling League. It's as good as it sounds. Okay, as long as you're good. I'm going quicker now. Alien Monster Bowling League. You can't really beat that. AMBL. That game. I want to stream that at some point. It's so good. We have the Ant Bully. Again, another thrift store find. I mean, a lot of these games are thrift store finds. If they aren't from my old collection or something. Here's another one that Dev loves. This is Barbie the Island Princess. As the Island Princess. So Barbie the Island Princess. I've not played that one yet, but I know you guys really want to see that one. Next we have Cars 2, a recent thrift store find. Cars 2. Putting them back on the shelf here. And then we have Cooking Mama, Cook Off. Love the Cooking Mama game, so much fun. And then we have Epic Mickey, of course. You gotta have Epic Mickey on the Wii. Can't have a Wii without this game. Then we have the GoldenEye version on Wii, GoldenEye 007 for Wii. You can play this game with the GameCube controller if you like. I'm buying a lot more games for the Wii recently because it's so easy. Cooking Mama, yes, good old Cooking Mama. Next we have Goosebumps Horrorland. Goosebumps Horrorland, really, really cool game, but it does get hard. Some of those mini games, I actually couldn't beat that game, but there's that one. Next we have Guilty Party, Disney's Guilty Party, kind of like a Clue game. So Guilty Party there, I put it under G. Really fun game, good one to play with your friends or your brothers or sisters, whatever, cousins, your dog. Next we have Hello Kitty Seasons. Oh yeah, who else owns a Barbie game and a Hello Kitty game on Wii? Alright, thank you so much, Jack. Enjoy your sleep. Thanks for staying up for a bit here and watching, hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Good night, Jack. Sir Jack. Next we have Kids Sports Basketball under K. Kids Sports Basketball. This has got to be terrible, but I found it in a thrift store. Then we have a great game here. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Ooh yeah. Great game. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Then we have another good one, Mario Strikers Charged. Can't go wrong with the Mario Strikers games. Really good one. Mario Strikers Charged for the Wii. And then we have another great game on the Wii. It didn't have a box, but it has like a slipcase. It had like a gun that came with it, but I don't have it anymore. Martian Panic. This is a really fun game. I probably will stream this at some point. Martian Panic. It's like a rail shooter. Super fun. Alright, next we have a really recent pickup, and that's a Mini Clip Sushi Go Round for the Wii. Mini Clip Sushi Go Round. There we go. Then we have M&M's Kart Racing. I mean, I have the most jank games on the Wii, don't I? M&M's Kart Racing. This game is pretty bad, but it's, it's okay. You have to use the Wii remote to steer, though. Like, point it at the screen and steer. It's quite ridiculous. You can't just, like, use a joystick to steer. Next we have, here's another favorite of ours, Monster High Ghoul Spirit. Beat this game. One of the most boring games I've probably ever beat, because it's just, like, walking back and forth talking to characters. That was it. Monster High Ghoul Spirit. Then we have NCAA Football 09. I'll play. We can just put NCAA Football 09 for the Wii. Then we have New Super Mario Brothers. Really good Wii game, of course. New Super Mario Brothers. Wii. Can't go wrong with that. So it's under N for New Super Mario Brothers. And then we go with NHL 2K11. With Ryan Kessler on the front there. NHL 2K11. Love my hockey games. And we have Red Steel for the Wii. Red Steel. Then we have a really good one here. Here's Silent Hill Shattered Memories, the Wii version, the premiere version of the game. I believe it was on PS2 as well. But this is the one you want to get, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Almost done with the Wii games. Then we have Sonic Colors. Really cool Sonic game there, Sonic Colors. And a very recent pickup in Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Colors and then Sonic Unleashed. What's next? We have Spider-Man 3. This game probably is not good. Actually, I did try this game. The controls were awful, but there it is. Spider-Man 3 for the Wii. Alright, now we have Super Mario All-Stars, the 25th Anniversary Edition. Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii. Really cool edition of this one. It's for the Wii there. It comes with a lot of cool stuff in there. So there's the Super Mario All-Stars. And then we go from that to Super Mario Galaxy. Of course, you can't have the Wii without owning those Galaxy games. Super Mario Galaxy. And Super Mario Galaxy 2. Couple more Wii games left. Then we have Tangled. Of course, we did play this on the channel too, if you want to see that game. We beat that game in one stream. It was quite easy and pretty short. Then we have Titanic, Secrets of the Fateful Voyage. So Titanic, pretty cool game. Like an old school adventure game. Titanic. We have Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. And then the final Wii game is, well, Wii Sports, of course. Wii Sports. I can't, comes with every system at the time. Alright, so we're done with the Wii games, done with the Wii U. Now what do? I'm going to go with the 360 games. That's the second biggest collection in my collection. Let me pull down some of the games. There's like so many. They're all stacked on top of each other too. Jesse has to go soon, so I'm kind of like rushing here now. Alright, we'll get to the 360 games. We'll try and go through these pretty quickly here. Alright, 360. We have 2006 World Cup, FIFA World Cup. You can just put 2006 FIFA World Cup. I love these games. I don't have to go fast? Are you sure? I don't want to keep you from anything. I'm having trouble closing that case. So 2006 FIFA World Cup. Then we have the 2010 FIFA World Cup game. South Africa. So 2010. I just put like the year. Save the timestamp. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So if she can't be here the rest of the stream, we'll still go through the games, and then she'll just save the timestamp and mark them all down. That's smart. I wasn't thinking of that. It's being recorded. 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. I'm gonna need to get something to eat pretty soon myself. It's so hot in here because I haven't even I'm gonna open my window, guys. I think. Hold on, just a second. Fresh air in here. Feel good. Grab something to drink. I have drinks right next to me here, so I'm good. So we have 360. I got a lot of games to go through still for this. Then we have GameCube, Dreamcast, PS1, Switch, and a few others to go through still. And none of those collections are huge. I think besides this, the biggest one is GameCube. That's left, anyways. Alright, so now next we have, of course, Alan Wake, guys. I mean, do I need to say it again? My favorite game of all time. Alan Wake right there. Gosh, I love that game. Please play that game if you haven't. Give it some love. I'm really hoping that they announce a sequel for that. Next we have a really awesome game, Alice Madness Returns. Such a cool game. For the 360 and PS3, Alice Madness Returns. What a good game. Then we have another good classic here. We got Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Did recently play this on the channel more and beat it for the first time ever. And I enjoyed it more the second time, I think, playing through some of it. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That's a 360 title as well. Next we have BioShock Infinite. Another 10 out of 10 game for sure. BioShock Infinite. High class game there. Can't go wrong with that one. I want to play that game again. It's been a while. Then we have Borderlands 2. Of course, gotta have that one. Borderlands 2. 360 is such a good system. I mean, I've put so many hours into this system. Lots of titles I have a lot of memories with. Next we have Brink. Cool Bethesda game there. I remember playing that a lot with my brother when it came out. Good old Brink. And we have Call of Duty Ghosts. It's another one I found in a thrift store. Then we have Civilization Revolution. One I found in GameStop actually for a couple dollars. And this game goes for more money usually. So I was kind of surprised to see it in there just for a couple bucks complete. Civilization Revolution. I have not played this game, but I've always wanted to try it. So there's that one. Strategy game. Next we have the best college basketball game ever made. College Hoops 2K8. This game, I've put so much time into this game with my friends. We used to play whole seasons with a school and try and win national championships. Oh my gosh, this game's good. College Hoops 2K8. I mean, that still holds up well today. Then we have Crysis 2. Beautiful looking first person shooter. Probably the best of the Crysis games if you ask me. Crysis 2. Alright, now I need to go to this pile here. 360 games. We're in the D's now. So first to start off with the D's for 360, Darkness. The Darkness there. 2K horror game. Not played it yet. I actually tried to stream this once, and it was like muted on Twitch. For some reason, Twitch was blocking it. I think I have to stream it through OBS. So there's that one. I actually have a really good game by Capcom, and that's Dark Void. Yeah, I'm going to try and finish this before the sun starts to go down, so it should be... Might be able to do this in about 3 hours. I don't know. We'll see. Dark Void. We're at about 2 minutes, or 2 hours and 17 minutes right now. And so, next we have Dead Space. Dead Space 2, the best one in the series. And then Dead Space 3. So Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic series. EA, I don't know what you're doing. Get that series back up and going. I don't know why they killed that series. Stupid EA. Bring that series back. Next we have Defiance. I love this game. Played the heck out of it. Spent many hours alone on summer nights playing this game. It's an online MMO. It's now shut down. This version anyways is shut down, and that's kind of sad because I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but still going to keep the physical copy of it that I got the day the game came out. Defiance. I really wish they would let you like just run around the world by yourself, if anything. Still, there's no reason why they can't do that. But next up we have Deus Ex Human Revolution. Wonderful game. It's got the slipcover. Deus Ex Human Revolution. The music in this game, the atmosphere, the gameplay, really, really freaking good. If you haven't played that game, you're missing out. Next we have Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon. So Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon. Really fun game. Good co-op game to play with your friends. Me and my brother used to spend a lot of time playing this game. Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon. Great stuff there. They've made a lot of those games. I'm willing to try more of them. And then next we have, sticking in the E's, we have Epic Mickey 2. Of course, I played that on the channel as well. Beat that one. That was a good game. What do we got next? We have Fallout New Vegas. I have not tried this yet. People love this game though. Found this in a thrift store for a couple bucks. So, you know, I had to pick that up. Fallout New Vegas for 360. Then we have FIFA Street, or if you want to call it FIFA Street 2012. This is the newest FIFA Street that's ever been made. It's been a while, but the FIFA Street 2012. Really fun game. Really janky though too, and the computer cheats, but you know, it's still fun. Alright, next up we have the Gears series. Gears of War. Gears of War 2, and of course my favorite in the series, Gears of War 3. Out of all 5, this is probably my favorite one. So Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 there. And then next we have G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. I've heard decent things about this. I haven't tried it yet, but people say it's a pretty good action game. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra for 360. Well, I guess I got more to go through here. Oh, I forgot one. Damn it, on the 360. Okay, Jesse, so I guess right before Alan Wake on the list, we can put this one. I forgot about this one because it's like a special edition and it was kind of on top. This is... Actually, no, never mind. Never mind. It's actually in the right spot. Never mind, I lied. I lied. It's in the right spot. We continue. With a game I did play on the channel. Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. I love this game. It's so fun. It is a co-op game as well, local or online, I think. Or no, just local co-op, I think. I'm not sure, but really fun game. Like I said, even if you don't like the movie, play the game because the game's good. Green Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters for 360. Ryan Reynolds has his voice acting and everything in that game. Next we have Halo Reach. Good Halo game there. Halo Reach. Then we have Inversion, which is probably a game not a lot of people know about. This is a good game. It's like a poor man's Gears of War is the best I can describe it. It's got similar gameplay to Gears of War with some new mechanics. It is good. It's a little janky, but I think I got this game when it first came out. Yeah, I think I pre-ordered that. So Inversion. And next we have Connected Ventures. So we're in the K's now. Connected Ventures. Yes, I do have a Kinect, guys. Alright, let me get the... So we move on in the K's. Connect Star Wars as well. So you got the Kinect Star Wars game. 360. Then we have Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Can't go wrong with these games. Classics, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Personally, I like the second one better, but most people do like the first one better. I like the second one because the melee weapons, which I love to use. So, then we go into the sticking with the L's. We have Lego Star Wars 2. Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. So Lego Star Wars 2. I don't really buy a lot of Lego games, guys, but there they are. If I see one's cheap enough, yeah, I'll get it. Next, we have a really cool game. Love this one. Lollipop Chainsaw in 360. We did play this on the channel too. Again, guys, that series is also on YouTube. If you want to watch it, we did it in October. Lollipop Chainsaw. Really fun game. Next is my favorite Lord of the Rings games ever. And that's Lord of the Rings War in the North. So it's I have it under L for Lord of the Rings and then War in the North. This game is so good. It's like a dungeon crawler, like a Diablo, with some RPG elements as well. And it's co-op, so you can play 2 players, local co-op if you want. I did play this game a lot with my friend Scott and my brother as well. Such a good game. I mean, if you want a good Lord of the Rings experience, play that one. It may not have all the big characters, but you know, you have great gameplay. Next up is Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. Very, very charming game. Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom, kind of like a adventure platforming puzzle game, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's really, really charming. I played through this game. My brother had got me this game, and boy, I loved it. Really, really loved it. Got a lot of charm to it. It's got 100% charm. Next we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Fantastic game. Of course, we know about this one. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Move those out of the way. Next we have Midnight Club LA. So Midnight Club Los Angeles for the 360. Then we have, of course, Monster Madness, which you guys know I've played on the channel. A lot of you watched part 1 of this, which thank you for that. But I do have a full playthrough of it. Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. Really good game, actually. It's so janky, and it's so hard to play by yourself, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely a game you'll want to play with friends. Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia. Then next we have Mortal Kombat for the 360. This is a cool Mortal Kombat game because it's 2v2. So you can co-op with your buddy and take on the computer or 2 other buddies, and it's like a tag team. So it's called Mortal Kombat Complete Edition. Really, really cool. I love this game. It's a lot of fun. Used to play that with my friend Petro a lot. Then we have NBA Live 07, which is a recent pickup. NBA Live 07. We have a really, really good college football game here, NCAA Football 14. Of course, this game's worth a lot of money these days. That's a good one, NCAA Football 14. And then we have NHL 13 with my boy Claude Giroux on the cover there. NHL 13, this is a good one. One of my favorite NHL games in the series. Excuse me there. A little more drink here, boy. Didn't realize how exhausting this was going to be. Next we have under L, Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because it's the Nickelodeon version of the Turtles. This is a fun like beat 'em up game by Activision. It's colorful. It's not, it's no Turtles in Time or anything, but it's a good one. So Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe there's more of these ones, but this is the only one I own. That's a cool game. Again, that's a 4-player co-op game if you want with your buddies. Next up, best pinball game ever made, Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams collection. So Pinball Hall of Fame on the 360. I'll probably stream this at some point, eventually. I don't know when, but this is such a good pinball game. Whew, I'm a big pinball guy, so having this game is like going to the arcade without actually going to the arcade. So, you know, lots of good pinball machines in there, and the physics are very good. Then we have Plants vs. Zombies, the original one, the strategy-based one. Such a good game. Put a lot of hours into this with my brother. Plants vs. Zombies for 360. Originally a PC game. Then we have one of my favorite first-person shooters ever made, and that's Prey. The original Prey game for 360. This is a launch title, and I was really impressed with this game when it came out. I think I played through this game twice. I do want to play it for the channel, though. It's been a long time. It's a 2K game. Boy, it's such a good game. Prey. Alright, where are we? Still with the P's here, okay. Next up, alright, so here's the next batch of Pez games, Jesse. So you can just put Pez and then the year. So we have Pez 2008. I put a lot of hours into like all these games. Pez 2008, Pez 2009, Pez 2010, Pez 2011. These are all quite different too, which I like. Gameplay style. Pez 2012. Pez 2013, one of the best ones of that generation. Really good one. And then Pez 2014 as well, which I quite like, even though people hated that game. I thought it was good. It's very different in gameplay style, but I still enjoyed it. So Pez 2008 through Pez 2014. I'll put those back, and then we'll get to some more. We're getting there with the 360 games. We're getting there. They're all stacked up right there. All right, next up we got Quake 4. Quake 4 for the 360. Then we have Rage, a recent pickup there. Slipcover Rage. And here is a special edition, a limited edition I should say, of Record of Agarist War 0. Of course, it's got to have 0 in the title. So Record of Agarist War 0 is the name of the game, under R. So Record of Agarist War 0. I haven't actually played this game yet. I've had it for a while. I bought this special edition off eBay or Amazon for a good price at the time. A game that looked like I was very interested in, so I think it's like a turn-based battle game. Not really an RPG, but maybe turn-based battle. So it could be a lot of fun. Graphics look great. I love the art style. So eventually we'll dive into that one. Alright. And into the last kind of batch of 360 games, we have Remember Me. That's a good game. That's a really good game, actually. Remember Me. We have Risen 2. I just picked this one up. Never played this one. Risen 2. It's the complete special edition with the map and everything. So Risen 2. Then we have my favorite skateboarding game, Shaun White Skateboarding. Oh, I love this game. Boy, do I love it. If you haven't played Shaun White Skateboarding and you like skateboarding games, play this one. Believe me, you're going to like it. Give it a try. It's different, but colorful, fun. I just love the atmosphere of the game. Silent Hill Downpour. I love this game. Yes, I do. People don't like this game for whatever reason, but a fan of some of the old Silent Hills, I actually really like this game. Silent Hill Downpour. I will stream it for the channel at some point. I love that game. Next we have Skyrim, of course. Gotta have Skyrim. And we got, another game I really, really love, Sleeping Dogs. This game I did 100%, but I didn't, that was way before I started like streaming or anything. So maybe we'll play this eventually, but I love this game. I love Sleeping Dogs. So good. We have Sneak King. The Burger King game. One of the Burger King games. One of 3 of them, but this is the only one I own. Sneak King. You're trying to sneak food to people. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. Then we have the Sonic Racing game. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. This is the special Best Buy edition that has Banjo-Kazooie as a playable character. You can only get him from the Best Buy edition, and so I went to Best Buy and bought it there just so I could use my favorite Banjo-Kazooie in there. So that's that one. Pretty cool. And then you have Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I don't think it's as good as the first one. I think the gameplay is a lot better in the first game, and this game's kind of hard actually. So I think the first one's better. Next we have a really good shooter I played on the channel. That's Syndicate. Beautiful looking game considering it came out in what, 2012, almost 10 years ago, and still looks very beautiful to this day. Next we have Tomb Raider. Oh boy, great game. The original and the reboot series. My favorite in the three so far. I love this game so much. I remember how pumped I was when this game came out. I was like, give it to me now, give it to me now. The day it came out, I just sat and played it for hours and fell in love with it. And I was never a fan of Tomb Raider before then. That one just looked like it was going to be so good, the reboot. I was like, I'm all for it. Next we have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, so under T for Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Double Agent. I guess you got to say Double Agent too in the title. By Ubisoft. Alright, a few more 360 games left. We're finally done with those. Next we have one of my favorite RPGs, Two Worlds. The collector's edition of Two Worlds. Really cool. Got a good price on this on eBay. I did stream this on the channel, so if you guys want to see that full jank gameplay, there it is. And I just got Two Worlds too, so eventually we'll play this one. I've not tried this one yet. I hope it's as janky as the first one. So Two Worlds 1 and 2. And we have from one good RPG to my favorite RPG of all time, which I did recently play too, and that's Venetica. Got a full playthrough of that on the channel if you guys like that one. If you haven't seen this game, definitely check it out. Highly recommended if you're into RPGs of any kind. So good, so charming. Man, it's just, I love this game so much. I love it, love it, love it. Then we have Viking, Battle for Asgard. I've not tried this game yet. Found it in GameStop for cheap. Viking, Battle for Asgard. Pretty cool cover there. And then we have Walking Dead, Survival Instinct. We play as Daryl. This game's actually surprisingly pretty good. It's like a first-person shooter / stealth game. People like really hated on this game, but I don't think it's that bad. I've played much worse games, so it's okay for what it is, and for being a big Walking Dead fan, I quite enjoyed it. Then we have X-Men Destiny. This is a really good game for the 360. X-Men Destiny. U-Star 2. U-Star 2 in the movies. This is a game where you use the Kinect sensor to essentially create scenes to put in like famous films. It's really cheap. Then we have You're in the Movies. I love this game. That's just a fun game that films you as well and puts you in fake movies. You're in the Movies. That's a great game. Played a ton of that game before with my friends. So that's the 360 collection there. Alright, let me move over a little bit more this way. Here I come more at center with the camera. And we will do, I guess we'll go with GameCube next. So let me pull my GameCube games. They're kind of on the top here. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Thanks for your patience. If you're watching this video on Twitch or YouTube, hope you're enjoying it, seeing all the games here. Thought this would be kind of a neat thing to do. It's kind of a stream I wanted to do for a little while, so you guys can really see exactly what I have. I did do videos showing off my collection like last year, but it was all broken up into different videos by like systems and stuff, and it was fun, but I've added so much more since then, so I figured I'd go through everything. Move my thing there. Alright, here we go. So GameCube, we have 2002 FIFA World Cup. Really good game for World Cup games. I got like all those World Cup games, guys. Love those. So that's under, numerical for 2002. Then we have Agent Under Fire. So I put it under A for Agent Under Fire. 007 game. Supposed to be really good. I played a little bit of it, but not much of it. It's supposed to be pretty good. Probably good multiplayer too. So Agent Under Fire. Then we have All-Star Baseball 2002. A game I've not played yet, but I found this one in a game shop, and I have heard nothing but bad things about it, and that's Aquaman. So, see, no booklet, but we could play this game someday if you guys really want to see me struggle. That could be the worst game ever, I don't know, we'll see. Then we have Disney Sports Soccer. This is a GameCube exclusive, fun arcade Disney game. Disney Sports Soccer, you guys know. I love soccer. Got as many soccer games as I can muster up. Not a huge fan of the FIFA series, but I do have the World Cup games. Donald Duck going Quackers. So under D, Donald Duck going Quackers. I haven't played that one yet. Found that in like a thrift store too. And give it a go. Next we have a really good soccer game. ESPN MLS Extra Time 2002. So I have it titled under E because it's called ESPN MLS Extra Time 2002. One of only 2 MLS sanctioned games that exist. This was just made for MLS, so it was really cool. I remember getting this game on the GameCube, and I put a lot of hours into it. It's got all the time it had all the teams licensed, the stadiums, the jerseys, so it was really cool with the ESPN presentation. And it plays like an old PES game, so it's really good. It's a really good game. I'll probably stream it at some point now that MLS is backing up and running. Then we have like the only like regular FIFA game that I have on console, and that's FIFA 2002. Henri, I think the first GameCube game I ever owned. Played the crap out of that one. Really good. FIFA 2002. Then we have a really good GameCube only one. We got F-Zero GX. Gotta have that one. Gotta love that. F-Zero GX. I like the F-Zero games even though I'm terrible at them. Then we have GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I did do a playthrough of this on my channel, but it wasn't streamed. It was just gameplay videos, but I did get through it. It's pretty hard actually. But there it is, GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Alright. Another pile of GameCube games here to go through. We have Hunter the Reckoning, the first one in the series. We did play this too on the channel. Another playlist that you can see. Hunter the Reckoning, a really good horror game. Dungeon crawler. Then we have Meet the Robinsons. Or Disney. Meet the Robinson. Then we have, a good one. NBA Street Volume 2. Classic goodness here. That's a good summer game too. NBA Live Volume 2. NBA Street Volume 2, sorry. A lot of hours put into that one. Good multiplayer game. Co-op game. You got NHL Hits 2002. Another game I put a ton of hours into. So much fun. So much fun. This really captures another arcade feel. NHL Hits 2002. Then we have PK Out of the Shadows. This is another Disney game where you're Donald Duck and like his alter ego. It's like a 3D platforming kind of action game. PK Out of the Shadows, like a comic book style presentation. So it's pretty neat. PK Out of the Shadows. We have one of my favorite games of all time. You guys know I did do a video on this one kind of recently. Sega Soccer Slam. Oh my gosh, do I love this game. It's so good. So good. Best arcade soccer game ever made. By far. Top 5. Maybe probably top 5 favorite game of all time, I would say. Maybe. At least top 10. Then we have Smashing Drive, which is like a Crazy Taxi ripoff. It's pretty hilarious. My brother and I used to play it for kicks. We used to rent it for kicks, and then I eventually just bought a copy for cheap. And we have Super Mario Strikers, another really good arcade soccer game. Another GameCube exclusive. Gotta love that one. Probably better than the one on the Wii. It's really, really good. Then we just have straight up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There were a couple of these games on the GameCube. This is the only one I've ever owned or played. Before Strikers? Oh. Smashing Drive. This game's funny. The music's pretty funny in that game. Like the vocals in it. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was after Strikers, Super Mario Strikers. 2 more GameCube games, and they're both exclusives. And we have Wario World. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. One I do want to stream pretty soon, actually. I've never beaten it, and I want to get through it. And I just have so many memories playing this game, even though I never beat it. And then we have Wave Race Blue Storm. One of 2 Wave Race games. I like the one on N64 better, but this one's still pretty good. It's been a long time since I played that game though, so I'll have to stream it. Try it out again. Alright, we'll go down the shelf here. So next we'll do Dreamcast. So next we have Sega Dreamcast. My favorite system of all time, probably. I don't have a ton of Dreamcast games. I'm always looking for more. They're very tough to get out in the wild. And, you know, they're pretty expensive on eBay, a lot of them, so. But, you know, when I find ones, I do get them. So we have Bust-A-Move 4, which I did complete on the channel if you guys want to check that out. Bust-A-Move 4. Sega Dreamcast this is. Then we have Crazy Taxi. Classic, of course. Gauntlet Legends, a really good game on the Dreamcast. Game I also played on the channel and had a bit of a tough time getting through, but we did. It's The Grinch, Nick's favorite game. The Grinch. That is a mean one, I'll tell you that. That game is a mean one at times. It's very cryptic. So. Then we have House of the Dead 2, arcade rail shooter. Really fun. Really good port. I mean, that's what I love about Dreamcast is those arcade ports that make you feel like you're at the arcade when you're at home. You're talking like Crazy Taxi, Gauntlet Legends, House of the Dead 2, and so many others that make you feel like you're at the arcade at home. And the newest addition to the Dreamcast collection, which we will try at some point, that's Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000. Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000. Supercross game. This could be really fun. And I think there's a track creator too in this game, so that's pretty cool. Next, my favorite NBA game of all time, simulation one. That's NBA 2K1. Love this game. Still holds up to this day. So good. I did do a couple videos on that one. I have a lot of nostalgia for that game. And from that game to my favorite Dreamcast game, and that's Nightmare Creatures 2. This is such a wonderful game. I did play through it, gameplay-wise, but I think I'm going to stream this eventually, so I can chat with you guys while we play it, and I want to try and get through it again. Beat it once, but it's such a good horror game. So good, and it is classic on the Dreamcast. So much nostalgia for that, too. Like, there's like the mood and the feeling of the game is just, you can't really, I don't know, you just can't replicate it. It's so good. It really sets the tone. Next up is a really good Dreamcast game, Rippin' Riders, snowboarding game. Rippin' Riders there. Hopefully the camera still looks okay. A really cheap game. You guys can get this game for $10 or less off eBay if you want. If you have a Dreamcast, I highly advise getting it. It's really good. It's like an arcade style snowboarding game, and it's a lot of fun. Then we have Sega Bass Fishing. Speaking of arcade feel, you gotta have Sega Bass Fishing. I kind of want to get the Sega Marine Fishing game too. Never played that one, but I played this one quite a bit. Sega Bass Fishing. Quite hilarious. Alright, so the next game is one that I actually have a burned copy of, as funny as that sounds, weird as it is. I don't own the case or anything, I just have the burned copy. It just works on my Dreamcast. That's Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. So Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. If you can see that. My brother burned me a copy or something of this, and it worked. And I was like, oh, cool. Really good game, really good Star Wars game. It's like a beat 'em up for Star Wars. Eventually maybe I'd like to get like a case or something for that, like the actual case, but there's that game. Then we have a jank soccer game, Striker Pro 2000. This game's really jank. The slide tackles are like 30 yards long. My gosh, Striker Pro 2000. I think this might have been a Dreamcast exclusive too. That was one I had originally with my Dreamcast, so I've had that game for a while. We have another game here. I've never tried this one. I got this out of a game shop this past year. Surf Rocket Racers. Surf Rocket Racers for Dreamcast. Looks like a Wave Race ripoff, so it could be fun. Surf Rocket Racers for Dreamcast. And then the final Dreamcast game is World Series Baseball 2K1. I love these 2K1 sports games back in the day. World Series Baseball 2K1. Funny thing about this copy though is it doesn't seem to work right. Like I can get in the menus, but when I try and start a game, it doesn't really work. So I might have to get another copy of this game, or at least maybe see if I can fix this one. It's not like really scratched or anything. I guess there's a little bit, but it should work. So World Series Baseball 2K1, and that's the end of the Dreamcast games. Now we will move on to the PlayStation 1. Again, I don't have a ton of PlayStation 1 games, guys. I just recently started getting games for it. I didn't grow up with the PlayStation, so I've just been finding some games in thrift stores. So I will get more eventually, but this is just what I have for now. It's like less than 10 games, I think. So PlayStation 1, we have Independence Day, which is terrible. Got it for a couple bucks. Yeah, it's terrible. It'll give you a headache too. Next we have a game that I did play on the channel. And this is actually pretty good. It's Lilo and Stitch, Disney game. It's like a poor man's Crash Bandicoot, so if you like Crash Bandicoot, you'll probably like this game, Lilo and Stitch. I beat it in one stream, so it's not a very long game. Next we have NASCAR 2001. So you got NASCAR 2001. We are getting there, guys. We just got a few more systems to go through after this, and they're all pretty small collections compared to the other ones. NCAA Football 2000. I found this in a thrift store. I was surprised to see. You don't see a lot of PS1 games in thrift stores. Usually PS2, even more PS3 games, but PS1 are kind of hard to find in just regular old thrift stores as opposed to like game shops. A lot of those. This is a game I got for $1. NHL 98. I love this game. I used to play it on the PC. One of my favorite hockey games. And it still holds up. It's crazy action, but fast paced. NHL 98. Boy, do I love that game for the PS1. Next we have, under P, we have Peter Pan in Return to Neverland. So Peter Pan, Return to Neverland. I haven't played this one yet. It's a Disney game. I got this one for $10 or something. In great shape from a game shop. You know, I'm always looking for Disney games too. Pretty much any game really, but Disney games do catch my eye. Then we have Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf, the original Tiger Woods game, I believe. So Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf for the PlayStation 1. Apologize that the lighting's getting pretty bad because the sun's starting to go down and trying to get through these. Next we have Treasure Planet, another Disney game, Disney's Treasure Planet. I put it under T for Treasure Planet. There's that one again. I haven't played that one, but one of the streamers I like to watch, Kyle TX, said that this game's actually pretty good. So we'll see. And then the final PS1 game I have is the X-Files, the point and click adventure game. Haven't played it yet, but really cool to have that one. Could be really fun. So that's the end of the PlayStation 1 games. And the next I'll show you my one Atari game I have, because I just bought this. I didn't grow up with Atari or anything, but I have played a little bit of Atari in my life. And I've been looking to get one if I start collecting games. So here, this is Atari 2600. So we know there's different Ataris out there. This is for the Atari 2600. That's Asteroids. It's the only Atari game I have, so that's a very short one, short and sweet there. But as I said, if I get an Atari 2600 to play, I will be buying more of those games for sure. Alright, next we'll do Nintendo Switch, system I'm starting to fall in love with. I used to only have like 2 or 3 games for a while. Now I'm up to 9, so I guess that's pretty good. Yeah, 9 games. So here's the Switch. We have Hat in Time. I put this under A. I don't know why, but Hat in Time. I guess it could go under H, but we'll just put it under A for now. A Hat in Time. A 3D platformer. Really good. It's a new age 3D platformer. Enjoyed it. Here's a game that I truly love. We played recently. We beat, and that's Ari and the Secretive Seasons. If you haven't played this game, check it out. It's a mix between RPG, platforming, and adventure, and it's really, really good. It's got its problems, but mostly a lot of charm and really good stuff. Great characters. A lot of good exploration. Really, really enjoyed that game a lot. Next we have another game I love, Luigi's Mansion 3. Of course, my wonderful girlfriend gifted me this one. And it is a wonderfully fun game. Played through that one. Enjoyed that one. That's on the channel as well, guys. Like I said, if I said I've played it through it on the channel, you know, there's a playlist on there for you to check out if you want. One of the only Switch games of mine that I haven't played is, I didn't beat, is Neverwinter Nights. This was a PC port. The reason why I got it for console is because this is the only way you can get it on console, and I don't really play PC games, so I've heard of this game, but never really seen what it's about. Could be a really long game. It probably is, but Neverwinter Nights for Switch. Then we have Stern Pinball Arcade. You guys know I like my pinball. This is a fun game as well. Stern Pinball Arcade. Then we have Stranded Sails, which is one that I did recently beat on the channel as well, if you want to see. A really charming game. Neverwinter Nights. Oh, sorry. It's spelled like Nights, like Nigtats. So Neverwinter Nights. Night with an N. Sorry, I was moving too fast there. Then we had Stern Pinball Arcade and Stranded Sails. Then we have one other game that needs really no introduction, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The reason why I bought the Switch in the first place was to play this game, and it does not disappoint. Love that game. Another reason why I bought the Switch right here, Yoshi's Crafted World. Adorable, beautiful game, fun game. Yoshi's Crafted World. And then, of course, another 10 out of 10. Legend of Zelda, so it's under Z, for Zelda Breath of the Wild. Although this could be considered under L, but I put it under Z. Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, what do I need to say about that game? 10 out of 10. I loved it. I just recently completed it on my channel. And you guys can see that wonderful playthrough that we did of it, if you like. Really took my time with the game. I'm glad I did, because I found a lot of great stuff that I loved about it. Alright, 2 more systems to go. We're done. Whew. We got N64 next. And then we end with the Sega Genesis, neither of which have a big collection right now. So, but these are N64 games I had as a kid. And I've only added 1 or 2 more recently. I will eventually buy more for N64 once I can stream it, because I love the N64. I have played a lot more than what I'm showing you here, but this is what I own personally. So N64, we have Banjo-Kazooie, the original Banjo-Kazooie, one of my top 5 favorite games of all time. I mean, you guys know what this game is. If you haven't played it, I mean, you really need to. Like, please. This is my original copy. Of course, most of my N64 games here are all complete in box. Then we have Banjo-Tooie, the follow-up to Banjo-Kazooie. Good game, not quite as good as Banjo-Kazooie. In fact, I think it's the worst Banjo game out of the 3 in the main consoles. Then we have one of my favorite kart racers of all time, Diddy Kong Racing. Oof, this is a good one. Lots of nostalgia for the music, for the tracks, for the characters. A great game, Diddy Kong Racing. There's Mario Kart, but I think that this is better. I really do. Next we have Donkey Kong 64. Another good 3D platformer there. Of course, we're coming up on 3 hours just about. Then we have Fox Sports College Hoops 99. Box is kind of banged up, but it's still there. Like I said, I don't care if my stuff's in the greatest condition, guys, because I'm using all this stuff. It's not just going to sit and look pretty, you know. I used all this stuff time and time again, so it's got wear and tear, and I'm okay with that. Even if I buy something, if it's got wear and tear, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not one of those guys, oh, I gotta have it in mint condition. No, I'm gonna use it. Fox Sports College Hoops 99, a great college basketball game. Played that a lot with my friends when I was a kid. I don't know how it holds up today, though. Goodness me. Next N64 game is just the kart, but I'm okay with that. That's the F-Zero X. So the F-Zero for N64, a fantastic game. I got this for like $15 at a game shop a long time ago, and I don't know what it's going for now, but I'm glad to have that. Couple more N64 games here, guys. We got Mario Kart 64, of course, complete in box. Can't go wrong with Mario Kart. That's a good one. Then we've got another favorite, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer in the box. A lot of nostalgia for that game too, even though it's pretty hard. Then we got Super Mario 64, of course. You can't not have that for the N64, the essential title. Now, I don't have like Ocarina of Time or anything, but I have seen a lot of gameplay of that from my brother. And then the last one I have is World Cup 98. Like I said, I got all the World Cup games, so World Cup 98, complete in box for N64. So that's all the N64 games, not a ton. Said I will get more, and I've played a lot more than what I own. From rentals or from what my brothers owned and stuff like that. Those are just my personal collection. And then final collection here we have is, I haven't forgot anything, have I? No, we got everything. Is Sega Genesis here. What was the last two? Oh, Super Mario 64 and World Cup 98. Those were the last two. Tour after Star Wars Pod Racer. It's fine. Yeah, like I said, just let me know when you need me to get any more. Alright, Sega Genesis. These are all in the box. Some don't have the booklets, but they all at least have the cases. I do want to get my Sega Genesis games. Like, guys, if you want Sega Genesis games and you just get the cart, you can actually buy reproduction cases. I did that for one of my games. And they look very authentic, so if you don't care about authenticity, like, oh, I need the original case, but, you know, you can get them offline. So if you see a game that you want, that's just the cartridge, and it's in good shape, buy it. You know, you can always buy a reproduction case offline somewhere, probably for the game, and get, so you have something to store it in, and it'll be cheaper than buying it complete. So here's Aladdin. This one is complete. I love this game, Sega Genesis. Good old Aladdin. Looks like a beautiful looking game still to this day. One of my favorite Genesis games there. Then we have, well, actually I think I should put that one under F. Hold on. So next we'll have Bram Stoker's Dracula. I just picked this one up. Always wanted to try this one, even though it might be really bad. I don't care. So Bram Stoker's Dracula. You can categorize that under B, I guess, for Bram Stoker's. Bram, B-R-A-M, Stoker's, S-T-O-K-E-R-S, and then Dracula. So that one's in there for the Sega Genesis. Then next we have Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. So this one's under F for Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. I used to have it under B, but I figured, you know, Frank Thomas is a big part of the game because it's his game. So Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. Game I used to own on the PC and played when I was a little kid, and that's kind of why I got it for Genesis, so I could kind of relive some of that nostalgia. Then we have Jurassic Park. Then we have a classic here, Miss Pac-Man. Such a good port of the game. Love Miss Pac-Man. Having that at home is just wonderful. Let me have a little bit more Gatorade here. A few more games. Then I gotta put everything back where it belongs. Next we have NHL 96. Just picked this one up. Classic NHL action there. NHL 96. Then we have Sailor Moon. This is interesting because this is a reproduction game, guys. That it was originally in Japanese, but they ported it. Somebody reproduced it with subtitles and everything. Put everything in English, and then gave you like a cool collection that has a booklet and stickers, and then like a pink cartridge. So it's really cool. I said there was like one or two of these left when I bought them, and they were really cheap off eBay. So these could be really expensive to get now, for all I know. So I jumped on it, and it's a beat 'em up. It's fun. Sailor Moon beat 'em up. I don't know much about Sailor Moon, but I like beat 'em ups, so There we go. 2 more games. We got Sonic the Hedgehog, the classic original one, the not for resale box too, which is pretty interesting that I have that one. But Sonic the Hedgehog. And then the final game is, of course, Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist for Sega Genesis. This is a case in point, guys, where I just bought the cartridge from a game shop because I really wanted the game, and it's a pretty expensive game to get. I love Turtles in Time. This is more Turtles in Time, but it's not as good. And then this is a reproduction box that I bought off Amazon. I mean, that looks authentic, does it not? It looks just like the original copy of the game. So, and this was like $6 or something, you know, for the reproduction cart. So it was like cheaper than buying it complete off eBay or something, you know, altogether. I mean, there's no booklet, but I don't really care too much about that. I just wanted something to store it in that looked nice. It's really clean, professional, and like I said, I don't really care if it's that authentic. Just give me a case with the artwork on there, and I'm good to go. And it's just like the original Sega Genesis cases. So that's it, guys. About 3 hours here. That's actually shorter than I thought it was going to take. Thank you for those that stopped in today on the stream. Thank you for those that watch on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a marathon, but we got through it. That is my current collection as of April 18th, 2021. Again, it's going to ever be changing. More, always adding more in there. You know, the more I go to thrift stores, the more I order, the more new stuff comes out. We get at GameStop. Big, huge thank you to my amazing, amazing girlfriend, Jessie, for helping me out and cataloging all these as I go through them. Jessie, thank you so much. You're the best. That's my girl there, and she is so wonderful to do this for me. She's very supportive of what I do here on YouTube and Twitch, and that's very important to me. It's alright if you missed one too, because like I said, we got the video, and then I can see what I have in my collection here pretty easily. Just refer to the alphabetical order of everything. I'm pretty sure that you did a great job, so I got no doubts about that. So I'm going to end the stream, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you so much for the support. This is kind of a celebration of 1,000 subs too. There's my collection there. If you guys want to see me stream any of this stuff now or in the future, let me know. But I'll always be looking to get more games. It's going to change week to week, and I'll try and update it, keep updating it, so you guys can see exactly what I'm adding into the collection. And you guys can always watch my pickup videos where I do a good job of pretty much showing you stuff that I do get. I don't show everything, but I show a lot of stuff that I do get in those videos. But this is a fun stream. It was kind of good to go through all the games and remind myself what I got and be appreciative of all the games I do have. I said it's not the sexiest collection in the world, but it's mine, and I'm very grateful for it. And looking forward to adding more and bringing more gaming memories to all of us. So with that said, thanks again. I'll see y'all very soon. I may stream a game tonight on Twitch. You know, playing a game, not going through games. In a little while, just gonna get some food and relax for a bit, get everything back in order here. And I'll see y'all very soon. So till next time, 0 is the number, and thank you so much again. Take care, everyone.